Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and we're super excited, just like we are every Monday when we come to you guys to talk about independent living facilities. And as you guys can see, I'm being branded like always. I represent Second Chance Housing today. I had a super crazy busy day today, and I'm gonna talk a lot about kind of what my day involved. So if you're joining us and you happen to have an independent living facility, we want to talk about kind of what your day was like today, right? Or if you're just somebody that's maybe sitting on the sideline and you want to know maybe the day in or day outs of maybe somebody that's running an independent living facility, today's a great room because I'm gonna break down a little bit of kind of how my day went today. Not only as a coach, but also as somebody that does this for a living. So thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator and thought leader of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility. And that's where we create pathways out of homelessness for adults as they're transitioning back into society so that they also can make an impact and partake in what's going on in everyday life. I'm also the founder and thought leader of Forston Consultants, where my family now, my wife, we go all over the world teaching and showing people what this concept is and how to do it. And we're super excited because June 21st and 22nd, which is a Friday and a Saturday, we're excited to announce our first annual ILF conference. So we've been doing master classes for a long time, but this year, guys, because we have the ILF phrase trademarked, we trademarked independent living facility. We're not going to turn it into a more robust type of a deal, right? So we have a 2024 ILF independent living facility conference this year, June 21st and 22nd. As the details begin to roll out, our team is building a brand new website for it. There's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to kind of hit you guys in the face, but make sure that you guys are connected to us because as the information continues to roll out, we want to make sure that we give it to you here first. So again, guys, go ahead and put your PTO in if you have a job, or if you are an entrepreneur, just set time aside, right? Put it on your calendar. It's Orlando, Florida. So you guys can turn it into a vacation. In fact, it's funny that we said that, Shay, because last time, I don't think we mentioned that it was Orlando, Florida. So not only can you come and have fun and enjoy the sun, the actual hotel that we're having it in, guys, went through a $24 million renovation. So we're super excited in terms of what we're offering you guys. We're also going to feed you, and it's not a boxed lunch. We're going to feed you guys a plated first-class lunch. We're going to learn together, cry together, make money together, and most importantly, guys, we're going to grow together. So this is who we are. This is what we do. Go ahead and share the room. Now is a great time to share the room with anybody that loves real estate, loves God, and loves people. So again, if you know anybody that loves God, loves people, and love real estate, go ahead and share the room to them, because tonight we'll be breaking down how do you start your own housing program and it not be some kind of group home. Right? We don't believe in group homes. That's a bad stigma attached to that. We believe in housing programs, shared housing, co-living, or most importantly, independent living facilities where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Shay, greet the people, tell them who you are, what you do, and let's jump right into it.
So again, I am Shay Forston, the co-founder of Forston Consultants and the founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, where we take women from homeless to hopeful, utilizing the ILF independent living facility model. And listen, I am excited, Derek. We've got so much going on and we've done so much today. Like today has, y'all, you see me, I'm looking rough. I got the hair pulled back in the ponytail. We've been going all day. For those of you that are in our communication, like that you receive messages and information from us, you would have received an open house invitation to our grand opening of the Angela Denise Foundation's female facility. We are allowing you to come in, take a tour, ask questions, see how we actually transform this home to make it suitable for our women to live. I'm excited about that. I think a lot of people are showing a lot of interest, Derek, from multiple aspects. This is honestly the first time we've ever allowed people that are wanting to get into the ILF space to come to an open house. Usually we keep that for case managers, social workers, and our providers. But this time we said we wanted to do something a little different because Derek has been sharing a lot of the the information, a lot of the videos and pictures and stuff of what we're doing at this house and how we transformed it, especially it being something that we own, right? The asset that one of our organizations own. So it gives us an opportunity to do a lot more and set it up for our ladies. I'm excited. I got to take two of my ladies that will be relocating to this particular home to the home yesterday. That was amazing and exciting all in itself. So I'm just excited for this whole shindig to happen, right? So if you are interested in coming out to the open house, go ahead and text open house to 407. Oh, I done forgot it again. 326-0086.
Yep.
I got it. The last
Is there an
four.
automation for that, Shay, or you just
He
kind of
did
take an
not.
account
I'm
for
just
it?
taking
Okay,
account
let's
for it,
create
and then
something to kind of maybe make that
yeah,
easier for you all. But
I know.
absolutely. So, guys, again, like Shay said, that's also a Friday and a Saturday, and that's
Yes.
this month. So don't get the conference and this mixed up. The open house is what we're going to show. Usually, like Shay says, case managers and social workers, this new facility that we've just rehabbed. But for the first time ever, we're actually going to invite aspiring entrepreneurs and anybody that thinks they want to start something like this. So you guys know us at Forston Consultants, man. We got big mouths and we love to share it, right? We want people to be a part of what we're doing because it changed
Yes.
our life and we want to change your life. I promised God that many years ago. So I'll admit, this has nothing to do with you all. You guys did nothing great.
They get the
right? But
opportunity
it's
to
a
come in.
promise
Yeah.
that we made to God that God, if you allow this to work for us, we'll make sure that we go around teaching it and showing the concept to other people. So again, for the first time ever, the open house that'll be ran by and operated by and conducted by the Angela Denise Foundation,
Yeah.
presented by the Angela Denise Foundation,
Yes.
hosted by the Angela Denise Foundation. I'm super proud of Shay.
I'm gonna do
Super proud of
we
the
gotta
work
get
that she's
ribbon.
doing. Go ahead, Shay.
We're gonna do a ribbon cutting. I just thought about that.
Absolutely.
We need to get ribbon.
I already got my big scissors. So you just got to get that
I
red
gotta
felt
get the
tape,
ribbon.
that
Yeah.
ribbon stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm super
Yeah.
proud of the work that Shay is doing in the community.
Thank you.
Also, all the social workers and case managers that we're meeting with. I don't know what's happening other than God is just being really good to us. But every day this week, guys, I'm in a hospital somewhere meeting somebody. I did it today, and that resulted in me moving in a new client. I'm doing it again tomorrow to present before probably about 9 or 10
Wow.
social workers and case managers. So it's just crazy, guys, and I'm excited about it. And this is again what we'll be talking about June 21st and 22nd. It's showing you guys all the intricate pieces of how this works. A lot of time when we come on YouTube and a lot of the teaching, even our master classes, man, we dove right into this is how you do it. But this time we want to take our time and make sure that we show y'all the pieces and all the intricate things that make it happen. It's one thing to know how this is done, but how was the accountant used? How was the lawyer used? How do you get the property creatively, maybe without buying it or without money coming from your pocket?
Yes.
All of the things that I wish people would have showed me, Shay, that's a lot of what this event, this ILF conference is going to be about. Again, Shay, I'm going to let you kind of give the subtopic to it because Shay brilliantly named this whole event and the subtopic of it and all of that stuff. It's really catching, and I'm super excited because my team
already started,
which a lot of you guys know that a lot of what we do is through our virtual assistants. So my executive administrator, we've met several times about this June event, but probably Wednesday or Thursday, I think it's Thursday, Shay, we all meet together as a team, and we'll meet for probably 4 or 5 hours.
Yes,
the entire team to kind of lay everything out. But Tara, who's the executive administrator over everything that we do, she's already been getting it for the last few weeks. Tara's already building the website. She's building the landing page. She's setting up all the pricing. Tara is already giving you guys all kind of discounts. She's wanting to do an early bird special. I haven't kind of proved that yet.
Jeez,
but
an early bird special on the price that we already have.
Tara's already trying to create ways for people just to make sure that they get in fast and also at a very affordable cost. Like Shay said, aside from how much affordable we're already making it. So I'm gonna let Shay decide when we actually divulge the pricing of it. But as we told you guys, the pricing is so crazily stupid. We'll tell people you're almost crazy if you don't come. Right? So it's that crazy. we're super excited. Shay, back on you, because I
Yeah.
do want to
So
get to a point where I do talk about kind of how my day went and what all was
yeah.
involved in my day as an ILF operator. Miss Shay?
So what I want to talk about the conference is the fact that we kind of danced around if we were going to do it, and then we were like, okay, we'll do it in March. And then time, with the renovations and everything that we had going on at the Maryland, which is the name of my new ILF, it kind of consumed us. And I was like, Derek, we just need to get it out. We just need to start talking about it.
Yep.
Let's shoot for June. That way we can make sure that the facility's ready, and that we really can collaborate well with our vendors. And the exciting thing about this event, guys, we always talk about a master class. This is far more bigger than a master class, because what we're noticing is a lot of people want to enter into this space and they don't have the slightest idea about all of the intricate details that come with running an independent living facility. And that includes like having attorneys on your team, having accountants, having that sphere of that sphere of accountability, I will call it, right? To make sure that you are stewarding this thing well. So the goal is to really put you all in our business, right? How we operate our ILFs, how we went from imagination to implementation. Did I even say that right? Yes. From idea to implementation. How did this thing develop? How did we get to this point to where we can now have the trademark, where we can, where we're considered preferred vendors in our community? Our goal with this conference is to really give you an in-depth knowledge of how we got from idea to implementation and on to success and more growth, right? The goal is to not just give you information on the ILF, but how to sustain in an ILF. So this is for people that are doing a shared housing model. You don't have to be underneath Forston Consultants, but come get the information. What we're noticing and what we're learning in our community and with our social workers, case managers, our partners, our community partners, is that a lot of people started to utilize the phrase independent living facility because they heard us speak about it so much, because they see us on all these different platforms. And I'm not tooting our own horn, but what ended up happening is there was a disconnect in the quality, the product, and their longevity. And the goal is to get people that are like-minded in one room to show them how to position themselves in the ILF space to sustain. A lot of people get in this, and we've heard it from our partners again, Derek, that a lot of people have gotten into this space and they don't last a year. They last one lease term. They don't even get to the renewal of lease. And it becomes an issue because it's not sustainable, and the relationship between the facility and the housing provider is lost. So now guess what? You've got all these people that need housing, but there's no suitable partners in the community. So the goal is not just for people to that we've trained or are underneath the ILF umbrella, but this is more so for anyone that is doing shared housing. You need to come to this event. You need to make sure that you are really structured the right way, because we ultimately know, as preferred providers in our areas that we serve, how and what our partners are looking for, our community partners, our hospitals, our nonprofit organizations, everybody that we communicate and operate with in this housing model. We know what they're looking for and we know what their expectations are. So our goal is to empower you and help you to take this thing from idea to implementation and ultimately to see you survive with longevity. So that is the whole purpose behind this conference. And this will not be a one-hit wonder. The goal is to keep this thing going every year, just as we did with our master
Yep.
classes. And our
And sometimes
true,
maybe do two. So
yeah,
sometimes, Shay, we've done two
a
a
year,
year.
yeah.
So we're going to just play this one by ear. This one is in June, and we putting everything we got in it, you all. So
Yes.
I'm going to admit, Shay, I hope we put so
Whew.
much into it, and it's so great that we don't have enough energy to do another one in
Y'all
this
pray for
year.
me. Pray for
So
Shay.
if you guys have never thrown an event of this kind of magnitude or a conference, there's a lot that goes into it. I have a lot of respect for people that throw events, and I didn't feel that way before I kind of put on one.
Yeah.
I just thought you just show up and people come speak. But guys, trust me, there's a
Not even a
lot
little
of
bit.
logistics and things that go into making sure that people have a good time, a great experience, great food. When you do have conferences that feed you like we do,
Right.
we believe in showing people a great time, great food, but also making sure that the information is on point,
Yeah.
right? And then this year, what I'm liking most is that usually our master classes in the past have only been us. The conference this year is going to be a multitude of people that are all going to be key pieces to helping you guys get started, right? And we're also, I'll admit, we're catering this to a lot of people that are new beginners, people that have never heard of us. Now, a lot of you IMB people, you guys are just coming anyway. A lot of our YouTube,
It's gonna be stuff for them
our
too, though.
TikTok, our Clubhouse, a
Yeah.
lot of the support from those places, you guys are just saying that you're coming anyway. But I want you guys to also invite people that love God, love real estate, and love helping people. I'm gonna say that again. You guys know probably 10 people
Yeah.
each in your phone that love to help people, and most of them love real estate. You should be an affiliate to this event to show them how they can combine this together and then one
Yep.
day quit their job like I did, like Shay did. And we resigned. I try not to
Right.
use
We're
that
not
quit word,
quitters.
right? But guys, my love, my joy of when I'm teaching people this is to find out that you resign from your job to
Yeah.
do this full time. Like that is an absolute joy to me. I'll never forget, Shay, when I first started this, I had a goal of 8 people. I wrote this on my
Way
uh
past it now.
vision board.
Yeah, I remember.
We're way past 8 people that have quit
Yep.
their jobs to do this full time. And I'll admit, Shay, I never set a new goal. I need to do that again.
We
I need to
do.
keep that as an ongoing goal. Who has quit their job to do
Resign. We don't
this?
quit.
I mean, dang, I keep forgetting. Resign,
So I
right?
know we've got a new one. We've got a new,
Katara, when will you leave your
we
job?
have a new
Resign from your
resignation.
job to do this.
Don't forget we have a new resignation that we found out about last week.
A brand new one?
Rita.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rita's got less than like 20 days, I think.
Yep. So she will
Yep.
be hand in hand. Her and
Yep.
Angela will be with me on Friday and Saturday at the open house, helping me out and just being supportive. And I love them. Listen, I love all of our ILF Mastery Blueprint family. Y'all are truly family. Your support in all things are amazing to us. But I do want to give a shout out to everybody that is joining us, both new and old, on the Instagram channel, on Facebook, and again here in our YouTube studio. We want to say thank you all for coming here and hanging out with us. Today, we are really just going to hone in on this event that's coming up in June. Listen, I am literally planning 2 events, guys. Derek is, I am working hard over here. Derek,
I'm over here. I'm also working while I'm
he's
on
working
live
while
right
he's
now.
live. It's so funny because listen, I have 2 events that I'm working on. One is in-house. It is all Forston Consultants, and another one is a huge event that's taking place next year. So do you see how much goes into planning events? So I'm actually on
Yeah.
an executive committee, executive board for another event that I'll share at another date. But I'm excited about that. But listen, I want to talk about this conference. And for Katara, excuse me, Rita, Angela, if any of y'all are available, Janine, Joanne, if y'all are available and want to jump in on the studio, let me know by putting a yes in the chat. And I will go ahead and send you all a link so you can jump in. Let's have a conversation. We want to know, because Derek and I are going to dive into what our Mondays now look like, right? We've had to really reorganize, and this is something that we can talk about too at the conference, Derek. I think this is going to be very imperative. How you structure out, if you have more than one business, how do you allocate the appropriate time?
All these people
to-
leaving their jobs too. Ain't just gonna go past that too fast. Rita said exactly when you was talking about
Yeah.
Rita. Qatar says, I'm up next, bro. Preparing my resignation letter, probably using AI. Joanne said, me too, Katara. I'm sorry. I had to shout
I
that
love
out.
it. I love it. But no, seriously, I want us to talk about Derek, because we've kind of reorganized what our week looks like, because for most of you that know, Derek and I have several different businesses. And again, we've been working on this, the conference, another conference, and then, with the open house coming up, how do we organize and keep things kind of moving, right? And successful, and still not dropping the ball in certain areas. So that's something that we want to talk about tonight again. But Derek, I'm excited for this conference. If you have never been to a Forston Consultants event, you do not want to miss this. It's all about family. It's all about learning. It's all about empowering one another and taking this thing called the independent living facility model to the next level. You are going to hear groundbreaking information on what Forston Consultants is doing when it comes to the ILF space. We are also going to have some amazing people join us. And you all will see that and get all that information as we are solidifying everybody's room and board and getting all of that stuff done. As you know, as we're progressing in this, but I'm telling you, this is not like our masterclass. The ticket price is completely different.
Yep.
Completely different. Katara, it's gonna make you clutch your pearls, okay? It is that
Because
kind of
Katara's been to the other one, right?
exactly.
So,
Yep. So the
much
price
more
of this,
affordable. I'll put it that way. Like
yep.
we're making it crazy. Like we want a lot of people to show up. We want to spread this word more. And what's so cool, in fact, the photographer that's going to capture all of this greatness, he asked me already. He says, Derek, do you have anybody that's returning that you've already taught this to? And are they successful now? I said,
Yeah.
man, let me tell you. And I start just listing you all like the Kataras and the Tiffany's and
Yeah.
the Donicos and all of you all that came to that first one. And then compared to where you are now, he want to interview all of you all. So Katara don't know it yet, but she probably gonna be a speaker. Just saying, Katara.
Just tell we're gonna
Yep.
have a panel discussion.
Yep.
We're gonna have some amazing people in the real estate
Yep.
space.
Yep.
Again, we're gonna have some of our attorneys. We're
Yep.
gonna have people that just amazing people in this space that helps you navigate on how to build those relationships with case managers and social workers, how to really organize your documentation when it comes to the legality side of what this is and what we do. We're going to discuss everything, and we're also going to empower you all on how to not only look at this as an opportunity to house people, but this is also an opportunity for you to position yourself in real estate investing.
I love that.
You've got the mindset, like Derek, I always tell you, like everybody, there's always going to be a need for housing, right? How do you position yourself through the ILF model if you're not an investor? So how can you position yourself to now become one? And that's by utilizing this model. We've done it from the arbitrage method, Derek, into where we are now, where we're buying properties, where we've bought properties.
We didn't have a property that
right.
we owned at the last master class to do this in.
No,
so
we did not.
We've all evolved. Katara ain't the only one that evolved, y'all.
Right.
So did we, sis.
All of us.
I'm telling you, I love it. In fact, if Katara's available, I want to pull her up tonight. I want to talk a little bit about kind of how my day went, but I want other people to hear other people's day who's also doing this. I'm gonna give it back over to Shay. Any of my IMB people that are here right now,
so I'm gonna
let me know. I want to shout you guys out and bring you up.
To the IMB family, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put tonight's link in your channel, in the private channel. Just come on in from the channel. So look in the FCIMB University. I'm gonna go ahead and paste the link. So this is the link to join the stream. So y'all, if you are available, so I'm gonna put it in.
And also, mostly everybody here is what we would consider family, right? A lot of people that are always here. If it's anybody new to us, just let me know in the chat. We also have a free gift for you. So I want to know in two ways, right? Just kind of let me know in the chat. But also, if you text the word new to 407-326-0086, we actually got a free gift for you just to say thank you for being here, to help you with the furthering of the education of what this is. So again, if you're new and this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. This is the room where we talk about how to start your own housing program. And again, these are not group homes. These are not assisted living facilities. These are not family adult home. These are not adult home care. All of those require a license. All of those require you to own the property. All of those require you to either be a CNA, a nurse, or somebody that has the permission or license to administer meds and cook for people. The independent living facility model, guys, is exactly what it says on this slide, where we serve adults that are able to live and thrive without the need for medical staff and or oversight. And this is known as a shared living environment. Hence the reason why there's 2 beds in this room, actually 3. This room is so large, y'all. There's another bed on the other side of that wall. Right? So again, this is what a shared living environment is for us. And we break the myth and we teach people how to do this. June 21st and 22nd, it's probably most of you all's next opportunity to kind of get into something like this, right? But we also have one-on-one coaching. So let's just say if you can't make the June event, or let's just say you want a double dip, we've already created the package to where if anybody purchases our one-on-one coaching and it's a scholarship for that, we actually are giving you a ticket to the actual event in June. So that's also a no-brainer. So we got 2 families shaded. Actually, I have a call with Friday that are thinking about doing that. So they're thinking like, you know what? Why not get both? And you're telling me that if I buy the one-on-one coaching, I can come to Orlando for free? Absolutely.
Come to the event for free. You can't come.
Right. Well, yeah, you got to fly and drive and all that stuff and bring your kids and buy Wendy's and Burger King on the road.
All that stuff, right?
But absolutely, yeah. So anybody that purchases the ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is on a scholarship sale right now, the original price for our one-on-one coaching is 15 grand. The scholarship brings it down to 7,500, right? But anybody that purchases the ILF Mastery Blueprint right now, all the way through the time of the event, like there's no deadline to this until the event comes. We're literally going to allow you to come to the event complimentary, and you do not have to purchase a ticket. Okay, that'll be a general admission ticket. But if you're somebody that wants to upgrade it because you got it for free,
right,
and you just want to pay the difference, we're also going to allow that. I'm already getting people asking that question. So yes, if you purchase the one-on-one coaching and you're gifted with that ticket, right, you can still upgrade and just pay the difference if you want it to be a VIP ticket.
Guess
and
what
back
we're
on you.
Also doing, Derek, don't beat me up, but we're also going to do, are we going to do group? I think we are doing group this.
We are doing group.
We're doing group tickets, and that's something we've never done.
We never did a group thing.
We are doing group tickets as well.
I think that the team decided somewhere between 4 and 5 people. So 3 and under, that's just still kind of individual. But I think they're deciding on 4 or 5.
Okay.
Don't matter to me, but that's what we'll consider a bundle of people, is about 4 to 5 people or more. So as if it's 4, 16, 4, or 50, however you guys want to do that, right? So there is group discounting. So 4 or more people, and I'll just call it now so there's not confusing. 4 or more people, we're going to consider that as a package or a bundle or a group, and there's a discount for that as well. That's also going to be on this website that my team is building. Because while I was out today at hospitals interviewing people, Tara was building this website, building the anticipation, inviting all of our guests, signing the contracts for the hotel. This is why the VAs are so important to what we do. And yes, we're going to talk about the VAs at the event, because again, without these VAs, because guys, trust me, the thoughts are going to come from me and Shay, but all the flyers, all the banners, those pull-up, pop-up things that Katara always getting to promote her business, the VA's going to do all of that stuff. Katara, you already know how this goes. You did an event, Katara, seems like yesterday, even though I know it was a few months ago. But Katara, you told us that your VA built all of your flyers. They built the video. They created the campaign. They created the flyers. They took all the phone calls, and they did all Katara's follow-up emails. So we're going to get thousands of inquiries and hundreds of people that are going to just ask questions. Guess who's going to get follow-up emails even after the event and for the next event? That's how all of that stuff works, guys. And those are the little things that we want to continue to teach you guys, even in June. Because again, most times I don't get real techie with all of that stuff. But that's what June's going to do, right? To show you, how do we get the word out? What systems are we using? How do you do it? What to say? And probably most important, Shay, I'm bringing case managers so that they can tell my people and you all, your attendees, of how they want to be approached, how they want to be treated. What are they looking for? Because if I tell you, most of y'all just gonna say, well, yeah, that's just Derek. Derek been doing this a while and he know these people. I'm gonna bring the social worker and the case manager so that they can tell you, how should you present this to them? What are they looking for in a housing program? What's the best way to build a relationship with them? Email, text message, personal phone number. Guys, I work with certain case managers that got Jess's phone number. Some of them got my phone number. The clients, I try not to ever give my personal number to, right? But the providers, I don't mind if they have my personal number. But again, I'm so busy. I tell them all the time. Now, Jess, this lady on the screen, that's who you're going to talk to most of the time.
Yes.
And guys, this was so funny. I was at a hospital Friday, Shay and I, and crazily enough, my ex-boss is actually Filipina, right? So Jess and my boss got a chance to talk right from my cell phone. They thought that was so hilarious because they thought Jess lived in Orlando.
They did.
When I told them Jess lives 9,112 miles away from my doorstep in a different country, in a different culture, in a different time zone, they were blown away. Listen, the lady we talk to every day, she lives in the Philippines.
Yep.
And it was around lunchtime, right? Because we had Chick-fil-A delivered.
We did Chick-fil-A.
So it's 12 o'clock afternoon here, but it was 12 a.m. where Jess lives. Now, my boss, who's Filipino, she wasn't bothered by that. But the other social workers, like, so she's working at 12 a.m.?
They were below. They were like, what you mean?
Jess lives in Orlando.
Yeah, night shift. But I think, like, again, I think that what's exciting about what we do and how we do it is being able to kind of merge so many different facets and show how relationship is so important, right? Derek, you just talked about how our VAs pretty much can be
they ran the day
for us.
I wasn't available all day to my VAs, and they ran all of my stuff.
I wasn't available neither. No,
me and Shay both was like, and guess what? Me and Shay went in different directions today.
Totally different directions.
There's so much that needs to be done. Sometimes Shay call it divide and conquer. So when Shay wake up in the morning and say, babe, we got to divide and conquer, I usually don't like that because I like Shay with me. Shay like me with her. But sometimes, guys, we can't be together.
Right.
I sat 2 hours and 45 minutes in the Social Security office today with one of my clients. Shay didn't have time for that today.
I don't.
Shay was out still shopping and putting together this open house to it so that it will present to you all beautifully on the 11th and the 12th of this month. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to text open house if you want to come to it. Whether you're a social worker or a case manager, if you're a social service provider, or you say, Derek, I just want to come and be nosy. I want to see what you guys are doing and what y'all offer. Text the word open house to 407-326-0086. And if you got your earphones in and you're not looking at the screen, turn around real quick. Shay just put it on the screen for you. Screenshot it. Just text that to us. That'll let us know that you want to be a part of it. And my team will send you more information with the address and all of that. Obviously, we're not going to give the address live on YouTube, right? We want to only invite people like you all, like-minded people, same-minded people that want to do God's will through real estate. So if you know somebody that love God, love people, and love real estate, come to this open house. Let the open house branch you into also watching our free webinar. And let that branch you into possibly taking our one-on-one coaching. That's called our ILF Mastery Blueprint. Or definitely, if nothing else, take part of the June event. June 21st and 22nd is the ILF conference. And guys, it's going to be a game changer. 2024 Independent Living Facility Conference. June 21st
where we're taking
and 22nd.
Where we are taking the idea and turning it into the implementation. So we're going to take your idea of becoming an ILF owner and operator.
From idea to implementation.
And we're going to help you to position yourself for implementation. And we're going to surround you with all the right resources, people, information that you need to be successful in this field. So I'm excited about it. I see Rita has joined us, Derek.
Good stuff. Let's take a commercial back and come right back and talk to Miss Rita, because me and Rita got something to talk about, and I want all of y'all to hear it. We'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forstonconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show.
All right.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So let's bring up Miss Rita. Let's have her introduce herself.
So I think I muted you, Rita. So unmute
Let me bring this
yourself.
screen down. Let's bring Miss Rita up.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
let her replace me.
Go ahead, say something.
Hey, Rita, how's it going?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. My name
It sounds really.
Rita, you in the airport?
Stop it. How about now?
Much better. There
Okay.
we go.
All right, Rita, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Okay. I am Rita Klum, and I am the owner of Cozy Comfort Solutions, and hopefully to opening up our first ILF soon in the next few weeks.
Sounds
Wow.
good. Sounds good. Rita, real quick, because I want people to just kind of hear me and you go back and forth, right? Because this is also for people that are thinking about the June event or people that are just thinking about our coaching in general. Miss Rita, how long have you and Ken been around us when it comes to the coaching?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Now, within 6 weeks, you mean to tell me that, because I thought I just heard you say that you're getting ready to get your first place probably in the next few weeks.
Yes.
You've done that in 6 weeks?
Yes.
Wow.
What was your first step? How did you find us?
Well, we go to church together, and I approached you because I heard that you guys house the homeless, and that's where my heart has been for several years with my husband. We just didn't know how to go about it. And you asked us to join, just check out the live on a Saturday, and then it piqued our interest, and then we just kept on watching and went ahead and did the LLC-IN and signed up for just the full package just to get coached.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. So guys, as you heard her, the first step is what I tell everybody, right? Is to watch the webinar. Now, thank God for my pastor who runs her mouth about all the greatness that anybody does in our church, not just
Yeah.
us.
Right.
So if you're doing great work in our church, you're going to probably hear about it. My pastor's going to run her mouth about it because the great thing about it is that our church loves to partner. And Rita and I are going to talk about partnership here in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But they love to partner. So luckily for us, that's how Rita heard it. So we go to the same church. Rita sits on one side, I'm on the other, right? But this is what brought us together because relationship and because my church, my pastor knows what I do. How many times have I told you all about that your pastor, your church leadership needs to know what you do? So guess what? They're also going to know now that Rita does this, her husband Ken, from the standpoint of cozy comfort, because just like I teach most of y'all, forget about Rita and Ken for 2 seconds.
Right.
Most importantly, cozy comfort is what's going to be changing lives in the community.
Yes.
Rita, back on you. So you watched the webinar, it intrigued you. You bought the coaching. You bought the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Is that right?
Correct.
And Rita, from my understanding, I also, if I remember correctly, you did not pay the 15 grand. You applied for the scholarship and got that. Perfect.
And then I actually just all fell right in place where you guys were doing that fabulous Valentine's.
You got the Valentine's sale. You sure did. Okay. I remember that because you guys were ready to hit the button one night, and then I think the next night the sale dropped.
Yep.
Correct.
So perfect. And everything, guys, is in God's timing. That's also what Rita and I are going to talk about tonight.
Yes.
So taking people down the journey. You discovered us because my pastor ran her mouth about it. You took the webinar. It intrigued you. You also said, Rita, it was already in your heart.
Right.
Rita, I tell people all the time, it doesn't take me to tell you that you should be doing this. Most of you all, God has already told you that you should be helping the homeless, the needy, and the poor. You just didn't know that it was going to be through real estate until you met us.
Correct.
Right? So now, Rita, here we are. And you said all of this within 6 weeks.
Yes.
Now, talk about the relationship part. Maybe without trying to go crazily deep, because if these people are new to us, they may miss it. But tell me, how you went from just 6 weeks ago to now getting ready to get your first facility, which is a 2-bed, 3-bed, 8-bed? What did you find?
So it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but the master is so large we could put 3 beds in there. So we could do 7 in the house, you know. But yeah, but it depends what the community needs.
Okay. And how did you know to approach this house thing? How did you know how to get the house?
You. So basically, one of the things that Derek and Shay are always instilling is relationship. Tell
Yeah.
everyone that you know what you're doing, what you're looking for. Post on social media. Grab, he'll say, grab some contacts in there. You know, some real estate agents. You know, people. And I said, yeah, we got some people at church who are realtors.
Mm-hmm.
I just contacted one respondent. He goes, "Oh yeah, wait a minute. There's another person you don't know from church, who's also a property manager and a real estate agent, and he
Shut
has
your
some
mouth.
leads." And within like from me, I'm gonna back up a step and say that I was trying to do it on my own at first, and I couldn't find anything that was really appropriate. And then when I sat with the coaching, there it goes. Use your relationships, start reaching out to people.
Yeah.
And I did that night, and the next day uh he contacted us. We saw the property the next day, and now we're just waiting for today. We just told them that we're interested, and we're just waiting for a response.
Wow. And most importantly, the owner
Mm.
understands
What
what
they
you guys
do.
do. Is that correct?
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you guys just heard is for the first time ever that I've allowed somebody to hear that kind of coaching out loud. I've taught a lot of our ILF Mastery Blueprint people this offline, but that's also one
Yeah.
of the things that I'm bringing to the June 21st event. I'm
Yes.
showing you guys how to leverage these real estate agents. And the part of this segment in the event is going to be like that creative way to get real estate. You guys just heard it. Rita
Yeah.
used relationship. Now, we ain't even got to this part of the story yet, but because of the relationship, the house that they're going to get, guys, is already fully furnished. Everything down to the silverware, the plates, the
You
cups,
telling too
the
much.
towels.
Pause,
I got a
sir.
big mouth, y'all. So,
Stop.
and
Pump
it's
the
so much
brakes,
to this story that I'm trying not to get ahead of it because
sir.
there's so much I want to tell. But did you just hear what I said? Because of relationship, and also because of she listened to the coaching. Because what Rita didn't tell you, because I'm gonna be honest, Rita called me on one day, very discouraged. I'm
Sounded
gonna
like
use
your
it that
Nico.
way. Very worried.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the coaching, you're thinking the timing that you're on, maybe you're behind. I know hundreds of people that will be jealous of Rita right now because she's done this in 6 weeks. She thought Janine and Angela and Miss Mary and Mr. Troy, she thought that this was going too slow.
Yeah.
But thank God for good coaching, because she says, Derek, after talking to you, I actually feel a whole lot better now. And I know that I'm actually exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
The next day, all of these things start falling into place. And guess what? The relationship with the realtor was already built into our church.
Mm.
Lord have mercy. They ain't listening, Rita. Woo! So back on you, Rita. So tell them the name of your program again, Rita, and how did you think of the name of it?
Okay, Cozy Comfort, and it's both with K because our last name is Plum. So it's both my husband and I. So KK, back to back as partners.
Okay.
It's an honor to my in-laws who have passed. They were a huge influence in my life, and they at one time uh, were hosts in state parks, and they didn't have an official like. They called themselves Cozy Comfort, and they had it on a little plaque. And so I had that at home, and I said, "What a way to honor mom and dad."
Wow.
Because they always like to help people. They always had either somebody in their house helping somebody. So I was just
Okay.
perfect.
Love it. And just so that I don't cheat your name, is it Cozy Comfort Solutions or just Cozy Comfort?
Cozy Comfort Solutions.
Don't let me cheat you then. Okay, got it.
Because
Because ultimately you are a solution. I love
perfect.
it. Shay, what do you think of that name, Shay, and how they use the two Ks back to back?
Listen, I like this. What I love is when Rita tells this story of what it means and why her,
That's it.
why
What's the
her,
why?
her why behind it. And not only that, but she can speak to what her, what does your logo really speak to? Like, what does it mean? Why is it so important? Why do you feel proud to walk around with that K, those back-to-back Ks
Yeah.
on your chest when you're
Yeah.
going to this place to go and
Yeah.
talk about who you are and what you do? And I think that is something that makes me excited every time we talk to Rita and Ken about Cozy Comfort, right? Cozy Comfort Solutions is because they have not only just a name, but there's love behind it. There's this thing that lights them both up when they're talking about it, and it's that thing that they'll have to hold on to. And I tell everybody that that's that thing that you're gonna have to pull on. That feeling you get, that's that thing you're
some
gonna
days
have
are
to
gonna be some
pull
tough days.
on those days that you don't want to do what you're doing, right? And that's exciting. And we'll always, as your coaches, Derek and I will always bring you back to that thing, you know, because of the fact that we know what it's like when we've got to encourage each other with that thing, right? Why are we doing this again? You know, when it comes to those times where, boy, the money might be looking funny, clients ain't doing what they need to do, you know, stuff like that. Like you've got to always be able to go back to that thing, that reason why, your why. And that's what makes me excited about hearing Rita and also hearing Ken talk about what Cozy Comfort Solutions means to them. So, I mean, for all of you that are listening and streaming, you have to know your why when you get into an industry like this, because it's going to be days that, you'll be really like, why?
Like, what am I getting myself
into? Right?
We
Derek had a conversation yesterday with a client, and her why, like she had to dig deep for her why. Like she had to dig deep for her why, because things were running amok. People were doing the most. But ultimately it was, you know what, coach, I got this. Thank you. I'm ready to get back in the game. Right. So again, it's those things that make it important, because when you don't, or when you do forget your why, it is so easy to take that negative attitude, that negative posture, and turn that into a disastrous housing program. And that's what we've seen a lot. And even in the conversations we have with our providers and our partners, is that, you know, people lose that. They see the money, they see all of these other things, but they lose the why. They lose the love, they lose the passion for what it is that they do. And in this space, you cannot afford to lose that, because your why is the hope that other people's lives are holding on to when they're in a desolate place. So most of my ladies, when they're down, I can't be down with them. Right? They can't see me sweating, because then they're like, well, where I'm, you know, if something's going awry, the first thing they're going to think about is what about me? What happens next? Do I go back to the streets, or do I go living in my car? So don't forget your why, guys. Do not forget your why. And always, like I tell people all the time, Rita, Cozy Comforts needs to be in your office. The logo needs to be somewhere and put in writing. Sit it on your desk. Like, don't let it stray from you. Put it on a whiteboard. You know what I'm
become
saying?
a walking
That's
billboard
on your
too. Like
wall. And
everything
I'm
that you
saying,
guys wear from now on
but
is
I'm
Cozy
even
Comfort.
saying that, Derek, as a reminder.
Yep.
You've gotta place that reminder in different aspects of your day, so that when you pass by it, you can honestly take it in and be able to continue to press forth in that same why, right? So I land there, Derek.
And another thing that I want to just congratulate Rita on a live public stage is that she moves at the speed of instruction.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So I coach a lot of people, right? I ain't gonna start calling names, but I coach a lot of people. So it's easy for me to see as a coach who's going to succeed, right? So it's just, and again, it's from experience. I've been doing this so long on the coaching side, but also the doing side. I know what it takes to do this. And when I see people dragging their feet, and dragging your feet is not always meaning that you just ain't moving like you're supposed to. Life happens to all of us.
Right.
Life has happened to Rita within these 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's be real now, right? We're all family here, right? So life was lifing for Rita during these 6 weeks. Some really down moments, a lot of loss. We talked about a lot of us has experienced loss in 2023, and some of us are even feeling it in 24. But did she let that stop that KK that Shay just talked about? No. See, that whole spiel Shay just gave you guys is baloney if you don't really take it, because it goes exactly on what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Life was life, but Rita just kept moving, and she did, most importantly, what my brother talked about. She kept moving forward. She never met Otis, but Otis would be so proud of you. You're the epitome of Katara right now.
Yeah.
When Katara started, you don't know this, maybe. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but Katara didn't start in 6 weeks. Katara should be jealous of you if she had a bad spirit. Katara, what blessed her is that she rooted for people like you, Rita. Watch this, because I'm gonna slow it down because I talk fast.
Everyone.
Katara has been around us a long time.
Years.
Taking every master class. She's an IMB member. She support everything that we do, but she did not get started in 6 weeks or 6 months. It took a couple years, but guess what? She's a part of the family now, and she's got an ILF. And she's always pushed other people and promoted other people and congratulated other people just like you. But if Katara was a bad, crummy person, she would be jealous of you, Rita. Because here you was just 3 days ago on the phone with me, thinking that this is taking too long.
Right.
Rita, you have no clue how many people quit in 6 weeks. And you got a house fully furnished? Put your hands together, everybody, if you ain't a hater. If you're a hater, put some hearts in the chat. Put some hand claps in the chat. And I'm giving it back to Miss Rita.
On some hearts. I'm going to YouTube.
Miss Rita, back on you, man. I'm giving it back. I'm giving the credit where it goes. Because again, the coaching also looks baloney if you don't follow it.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess what I told Rita the other day? I said, Rita, it's people like you that make me look like a genius. It's people like Rita, while other people say, boy, you need to go see Derek. Because, boy, he going to get you started and he going to have you with a house in 6 weeks. Rita's going to tell that testimony. I don't have to scream it. When Rita met me as a stranger, we go to the same church and didn't even know each other. We probably hugged each other. I'm sure I've hugged her husband and shook his hand. He's on security at the church. So we've seen each other.
Right.
But because of my pastor and relationship with her running her mouth, thank God for her. I love my pastor so much. But Rita heard it. But watch how God works. Because this next statement has nothing to do with me or my pastor, nobody. Look how genius God is. God knew that Rita had this on her heart.
Yes.
God knew that one day he would have connected us at the same church. God knew that one day 7 years ago, I was going to have a job as a social worker trying to do this. God knew I was going to go through lawsuits, the Channel 8 news, the Channel 9 news, and get into a bunch of trouble trying to get it started. But like that scripture says, write the vision and make it plain. For me, that means that when you figure out all the bumps and bruises, Derek, when you go through all the trouble and the lawsuits and the Channel 8 news and you get it all ironed out the right way, go back and teach it to other people.
Yep.
That's where Rita is today. Now, Rita, I do a lot of talking. So back on you,
I
Rita.
want to say something, though.
Go ahead.
Let me show you something how
God is powerful how he merged that stuff together, man.
But it gets even better than this, because I don't know if I even told you. Rita and I had a conversation, right? And the first time I went to college was right before 9/11. And I was at Borough Manhattan Community College, which has like a second building that was right next door to the World Trade Center. And the funny thing about it is, Derek, I told you I was supposed to be at school during 9/11, and I would have been in the Fitterman building, which was right next to where Rita worked. So that
small world sometimes, right?
We would have been. So me and Rita, for many years ago, guys, were in the same area
and never knew it.
We probably passed each other on the street.
Yeah.
Because I was at this school for a year, right? And that was going to be my second year. And so I'm sure Rita and I probably went to the same deli on the corner by the Fitterman building. And
I got y'all cheese Danish.
Not cheese Danish.
The bagel.
Bagel,
sir. It is the bagel. Come on.
Wow,
and
that's
when
good
we
stuff.
had this conversation, I was like,
Definitely.
So, again, it's powerful. You can have these conversations and see, how God works things out. But let's talk about this testimony.
Rita, back on you. Just share anything that's on your heart. I could ask you 1,000 questions, but I'm gonna just give you the stage to share, Rita.
Well, I'm gonna say that I don't want it to seem like it was easy, because this is a difficult industry. The people we deal with have real hurts and needs, and you have to have a heart for the people. It can't be about the money, because if it's about the money, do I need to feed my family and pay my bills? Of course. But if the heart's not there, don't even bother. But secondly, as a believer in Christ and my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, being attuned to the Father's voice, the children know their father's voice. And he knew I had this in my heart with my husband for many years. And then he puts it in my, he goes, go talk to them. And I was putting it off. And finally, one day, it was like a nudge. I said, go talk to them. And we spoke. You gave me the live. We chatted. Then I came back and I'm like, I'm really excited. And then we did the
Rita
free.
must thought I was this big bad wolf, you all. Like, she was scared to come talk to me.
Yeah.
Probably because in church, usually if nobody comes up to me, like, I'm not like the way you guys hear me on this live and I go crazy. I'm not like that outside of my coaching.
Hush. Let Rita tell that. Because people think I'm lying when I tell them
No.
that.
People think I'm always like this.
When I saw about the live, I said, who this? I said, wait a minute, he don't be talking at you. He nice and quiet over there, not stressed, just very composed. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is totally like different.
It's like night
yeah.
and
So
day.
for you all that don't know me personally, like Rita
Derek
does, because of proximity, guys, I'm not this motor mouth outside of my coaching.
No.
Now, this is what excites me and ignites my soul because it's changed my life and it changes other people's life. Rita is just going to be another testament of another life that was changed.
Yeah.
So that's why when I come here, I'm on 10.
Yeah.
But when you see me outside of this, I'm
But
sometimes when I speak for the first time, people are like, wow, I didn't know he had all of that.
Rita, when he first started this, right? It was the old HR director for the church came up to me one day. She says, "Oh my God." I said, "What happened?" She says, "Your husband has a voice." I said, "Huh?" I was so
Somebody
confused.
spoke to me about housing, and boom, there I go.
I was so confused. I was like, "Well, what happened?" She says, "Oh my God, like I've never heard him say more than 2 words." She says, "If it's 2 sentences, I'm doing great." She said, "But I have never heard your husband." She said, "Shay, we stood here for over an hour and a half talking." I was like, "My husband?" I was like, "You sure you got the right person?" She said,
"Y'all
Shay,
must have been talking about business."
I just started laughing. I said, "Oh God, people don't know. Like, it takes me, like, I have to literally pull Derek by the ear to get him out of the house sometimes." I'm like, let's go. You're going. We're going. We just got invited to this. You're going. Derek's very to himself. So what y'all see here is honestly, it's one, it's the glory of God.
Yes.
It's honestly just the Holy Spirit moving and utilizing him in his gifting.
Yeah.
And that's that. Like, I used to get nervous when he went to go speak at events. I would get nervous. Because I'm like, this dude don't talk in front of people. Like,
but when it's about this,
when Derek had an event in Nashville, and he got to speak beside some amazing people. Yeah. He got to speak on the same stage as E.T., Eric Thomas, and I was so nervous, Rita. I was like, oh God.
I was like, Shay, stop it, because you're going to make me nervous.
I was nervous.
Rita, you ever had somebody so that they bring it on you? That I was like, Shay, you got to calm down. Shay, you must be helping me.
For him.
But I understand where she's coming from, because I come from a speaker background. I've put together conferences in my past. And so my husband is very much like Derek. He's a quiet person, very reserved. But when he talks about the business, I just see that passion in him. And I know it's because God put it in our heart. Yeah. And we're so passionate about it. And I hesitated. Remember with the 7,500, I hesitated that night because I lost my son-in-law. He was only 40 years old, and he died in a shelter in New York City. Natural causes, nothing, Okay. And I said, we have to do this to honor Marcus. I called my granddaughters and I said, Grandma's doing this, and my first house is going to be dedicated to your dad. And, because homelessness, people got to take their mind away from, I was homeless at one time, and I was working, making digits in New York City. But there was no apartments available.
Wow.
I was literally showering and everything in my job. and I would leave before the cleaning crew left, came in, and then come back in,
Wow.
and
And
ran.
now God is going to use you to house the same kind of people that have everyday jobs.
Wait, pause.
Wow.
Hold up. Like, bring that back, because I don't think people really heard what you just said. I think people really like it went in one ear and went out another. This is what we're talking about when we say the face of homelessness looks so different.
It's different.
People don't, and not even now, just in general. This
Yeah.
has always been a thing.
Mhm.
There's always been some type of element that keeps somebody from housing,
Yes.
right? There's whether it's finances, whether it's divorce, whether it's abuse. A lot of these things keep people from being housed.
Mm.
And I think what we get so calloused, or we get so blinded by the person that we see on the street, right? The person that you think is a junkie, the person that has mental health. Not saying that we're overlooking them, not at all. Right? If we can help, we will.
Mm-hmm.
If this is a suitable model for them, come on in.
Yep.
But what I want people to realize is I'm talking about working individual.
Yes. Making
Like,
good money.
and that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't like, I know Derek talks a lot about, the guy at McDonald's and Walmart and the barbecue place and stuff like that. But I was making good money. I was actually a general manager. Could not find housing.
Mm.
I had gone through a divorce. I came out of an abusive relationship. And couldn't find it. My girls were with my mom, and I was running the streets. I run the train up and down New York, shower my job.
Right.
Wow.
Did what you had to do, right?
To keep
and
that.
now God is going to position you to help some of those same people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And have the insight. So yeah.
And have the
I
insight
love
to do
this.
it. I love it.
I just love the conversation and the openness to even share that, right? And that helps position you and your husband and your family when you get into this, because you've got something to share, right? For me, it was more so being the person, the young kid in the house when my mom was bringing in the next door neighbor's kids, right? Because the apartment next door got drug busted. Or this is when we were living in New York, or like just seeing different things. Like I had uncles that had drug issues, so being able to see all of that and how it affected life, but see one of my uncles passed, the other one is doing amazing, graduated from college. It is just seeing what can happen when you take someone from that hopeless place, that helpless place, into a position to turn them into someone that is hopeful. And not saying that we turn them into hopeful, we just give them that glimmer of light that it's possible.
That second chance.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it might have been the third chance.
Gosh.
But it's that if they finally clicks and say, oh my gosh, somebody's giving me an opportunity. I take this opportunity, and they blossom.
Yeah. Yep.
But we live in a society now where if you don't fit into this box, if you don't have great credit, have no criminal, background, you have to make 3-4 times the rent I've seen on.
And nobody makes that now.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Prices.
Nobody.
If the rent is $2,000 and you're asking for 4 times, that's $8,000 a month. I believe you me, if the person made that, they could be buying. They could buy a house.
Exactly, Rita.
Just say.
And it's stuff like that, Rita, believe it or not, that makes you good for this, because you recognize what's going on.
Yeah.
Like some people look past that little phrase that you just said, but that also lets me know that you're going to be good at this, because you're thinking about the numbers. You might as well move to New York if you're asking me to make 3 times the rent here.
Right.
Like, stop it. Wow. So, Rita, real quick, right? Because I want to get a quick message from David and Dennis. But before we do that, Rita, what would you tell anybody? Because Rita, what we also got to talk about, because I'm not done. I'm keeping you here all night, because you also got to talk about your website.
Yes.
So what I like about Rita, guys, she's getting everything from us. And as an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, my team builds her website for her. We're in fact going to let you know what the bank said to Rita about her website when we come back. Here's the word from David and Dennis. So, Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great is because it's flexible. So, prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So, Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license? Because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless. All right, good stuff. Thank y'all so much. We are back. Welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I'm your host, Mr. Derek Forston. And if you're just joining us, we're talking about the greatest real estate strategy ever, which is called independent living facilities. They're similar to group homes, but they're absolute not group homes. Right. This does not require a license, and you do not have to own the property. And we are talking today with Miss Rita from Cozy Comfort Solutions. So, Miss Rita, I want to get some advice from you, and then I want to talk about that website. What would you tell somebody that maybe has just joined us for the first time and they're thinking about starting their own housing program? What advice would you give them with the little bit of time that you've been in it for 6 weeks and you're already finna get your first place? What advice would you offer?
Absolutely get the website with Digital Flow Solutions. It is sick, the stuff you could do in there. Can't go into all that now. You're going to have to watch tomorrow. And actually get your virtual assistant. We just finished up the interviews. We're going to have a great virtual assistant starting. That's the cheat code for somebody who asked that question earlier, how to do it. You got multiple business, you need your virtual assistant. Buy your time back, people. I'm still working right now, but 20 more days or so and I'll be done. So definitely website and just I'm gonna get ahead of you, Derek, but so I took my time to look at different banks, credit unions, and everything to make sure we would get starting with the right account. I finally decided, yeah, this is the one I'm going to, and they go, "What's your website? I want to check you out."
Stop for 2 seconds, Rita, because I teach people all the time, Rita. Nobody believes me, but that's why you need a footprint on the internet. Yeah. Because when you guys go and open up that checking account, like we'll teach you to go and do, guess what they asked Rita for? To make sure that she was legit.
Let her repeat it. She just said it.
Like they want to see her website, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And guess who built it?
Yep.
Digitalflowsolutions.net. Oh, and because she's an IMB member, Not only does she get the accounting from Lynette, who's also in this room, the business maven. You guys are going to hear from her also in a minute. She's also one of the speakers at the June 21st and 22nd ILF conference. But because Rita is an ILF Mastery Blueprint, her website actually comes with it. So Rita didn't have to build it from scratch. She didn't have to spend her time making it. And Rita also has a virtual assistant now, which we'll also talk about. But Rita, say it one more time. Who wanted to see your website and why?
The bank. They wanted
What
to.
bank was this?
Truist.
Wow. Okay. I say it all the time, Rita. Why did they want to see your website? What was that for?
Well, they wanted to make sure I have a blueprint, you know, and a lot of times when they're going to give you credit and stuff like that, they want to make sure that you are a legit business. And of course, you got to show your LLC certificate and your EIN, of course.
Okay.
Proper station. But, you know, we're doing everything. And then she goes, oh, by the way, what's your website? And I had to contain myself because I was like, oh my gosh, Derek says this all the time. And I've never
you
heard.
must have saw a picture of Shay and DFS like, oh my God, they said this would happen, but I'm prepared.
I'm prepared.
Rita, how great. Now, you know, we laugh and we joke and we play, right? But Rita, seriously, how great did that make you feel that they asked you for something that you were prepared to show?
Right, yeah.
I loved it because I was like, sure, here it is. And I actually, you know, was like, here the pictures, here. And they were like, oh, that's a beautiful website. Wow, that's nice. Wow. The woman's like, okay, we're good. She's like,
I love it.
Wow.
I love it. So again, guys, if you're new to us, all of the teaching, and again, man, it's people like Rita and the Kataras and the Tiffany's and the Joannes, they make Shay and I look like a genius. But I tell you guys all the time, I'm no genius. I barely finished high school, and Shay tricked me to go to college. God is genius enough to where he just took the love for what I had a love for, which was people. And God knew one day I was going to love real estate. Yeah. And God allowed us to combine them together. So when you listen to the instruction, because I've been through all the ups and the downs of it, the lawsuits and the Channel 8 news, guys, it's a no-brainer to listen to what I'm telling you. My newest book, but by the way, my lawyer should be done with that book this week. In fact, she already got the payment and all that for the filing fee. Guys, my next newest book that's going to drop, and if you're an IMB member, you get it for free. My IMB members get everything just spoiled.
Come on, IMB.
But watch this. The title of the book is not what I'm all so good at, Lynette. Lynette, most people think that when they write a book, they got to write about what they're good at or the guru-ness inside of them. Rita, one of your first books should be all of what you went through, including the loss while you was trying to build this ministry. And all the mistakes that you thought you were making. Guys, watch this. Back to the original point. My next book is titled The 14 Dumbest Mistakes I Ever Made When Starting My Own Independent Living Facility. I'm honest enough to tell most of y'all, I'll be honest, if you just read the table of contents, it'll save your life. If you never read the book, but you read the table of contents,
oh yes,
that's what the chapters are of what my mistakes were, man, a lot of you guys gonna save a lot of money. A lot of you guys save a lot of time, and you won't be on the Channel 8 news for doing something stupid. Rita, wow. And again, just in case if you missed it, I'm always a walking billboard, guys. I'm jokingly saying that, but this is embroidery. This sweater is $8, ladies and gentlemen, but looks great on me, right?
Yes.
This embroidery is only $14, Rita. Everything that you wear from now on says KK, Cozy Comfort Solutions, KKS.
Hopefully my stuff will be ready this week. I just spoke to the guy.
See what I mean, y'all? I've already told her to do this, and look who's already doing it.
Listen,
guys, this is how you become successful.
Excuses.
Follow the blueprint, Shay.
And don't let finances be a deterrent.
Why not?
Because if you do your research, there's so many places out there that can do this cheaply. And you don't have to start big. I'm starting with 2 shirts. One for my husband, one for me. We'll wash it again until we could get another one that we want, you know, to add. The first one's going to be simple. The next one will have the corporate phone number. And then the next one will have the QR code for the website. You know, as I start getting information, then
She's listening to all the coaching, y'all. Like, Rita didn't think of this stuff herself, guys. That's the beauty of the coaching. I like it. In fact, when people come to me on a blank slate, I'm going to say when Rita met us, Rita is not fortunate like a bunch of you all that found me on YouTube and you've been hanging around for 6 months. Rita heard this in my church. Thank God for my pastor running her mouth, because I told you, if you're doing great things in our church, no matter who you are, my pastor going to talk about it. Luckily, God is so genius. He placed Rita and I in the same church. We didn't know each other, but she heard what my pastor said. And 6 weeks later, she's texting me pictures of a fully furnished 3-bed, 2-bath home, a little under 2,000 square feet, fully furnished, ready to take 7 people from homeless to hopeful that would be sleeping behind the park bench without cozy comfort solutions. And again, guys, it's people like Rita that make us look like geniuses, because Rita's going to scream to the mountaintop how this coaching was. But guess who we give all the credit to? Because if you've been hanging around us just for a little while, we give all the credit to God. I promised God many years ago, I said, God, if you let me get in this, I'll first of all teach it to other people. I'll also do it the right way. And God, I'll never take credit. So when you guys hear me use terms like I'm not the smartest guy in the classroom and phrases like dummy me, guys, that's my way of just saying, hey, God, you smarter than me, you bigger than me, and stronger than me. God, just thank you for allowing me to partner with you to help and save lives of other people. One last thing, and I'm going to drop it. I'm giving it back to Shay and Rita.
Yeah, I have a question.
Rita is smart, ladies and gentlemen. She went in order. She watched the webinar. She got intrigued. She took the free strategy call, which means let's get on the phone with Derek to find out how can this work for me in my household where I live at. Derek, you in Florida. You in Orlando. Will this work where I am in Leesburg, maybe, Derek, and Mount Dora and Eustis? Where else can I do this, Derek?
Yeah.
How do I know what to charge, Derek? Where should I get the house, Derek? Rita came to me on a blank slate, y'all, from zero. Y'all, and she's flying through the moon now.
Yeah.
And the goal is, in less than 20 days, Rita will be resigned from her job. Her husband is already retired military. Ding, 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 ding. Now they're going to work together every day, just like me and Shay, and get on each other's nerves, hopefully, a little bit.
No,
Just like you and Shay.
Just like me and Shay.
Listen, y'all, it's a party. Lynette gets to see the good. She sees it.
80% of the time, guys, and here's Shay, me and Shay being transparent. 80 to 85% of the time, me and Shay love and roses and the other 15%.
Oh, we
ready to almost hurt each other because we all got goals, we all got plans. And Rita, sometimes you got to move at the speed of instruction, Rita. And sometimes I don't move as fast. Sometimes she may not move as fast.
Rita.
But 15% of the time, we be ready to almost.
Rita, let me tell you, sometimes I got to get Tara on
Lynette
board.
have to break us up sometimes, y'all.
You got to hear Lynette.
Tara have to get in it sometimes.
I'll call Tara. I'm like, hey, boss, we need a meeting. How am I calling my VA to help me handle my husband?
Let's let the people meet Lynette real quick.
Lynette
Guys,
only has 15. Like
real
10
quick,
minutes,
the business made in my personal and business accountant, and also for the Angela Denise Foundation. So all the books, all the businesses that we have, Lynette runs that stuff for us. So all the time you guys hear me talk about my executive administrator, Tara lives in the Philippines, right? Tara runs everything that we have. But Lynette is also our covering in terms of our books, our accounting. She's a spiritual covering. And she keep me and Shay in line when we get a little off. More so me. Shay don't kind of cut up too bad, but I'll get a little off, y'all. So Lynette's job is to tighten all of that up. One last thing before I go, though. Anybody that purchases the ILF Mastery Blueprint, we've already talked about that. That's one of the newer features that we've never offered before. But like the last 4 months, when you purchase the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching, Lynette comes with that. So up to 90 days, all your books, your accounting, your questions, all the things that's going to keep you out of jail, Lynette kind of comes with that, and I pay for it for you because I don't want you to mess up. Now, Lynette, introduce yourself on your own terms.
Okay, guys. So first of all, I do have a few more minutes.
Okay.
I reached out to my client and I let her know what I was doing. And so she said that was great. So we pushed our time back. So I'll be on with you guys for a little while longer. So I'm grateful for that. Always excited to come on and share with Derek and Shay. Hi, Rita. Good to see you tonight. I'm looking forward to
She's a
being with
client.
you and Ken soon. I know. I'm looking
Yes,
forward to that.
She's a family member now, though. Once you're
Absolutely.
INB, you're family.
Hush, Derek. Let
Absolutely.
Lynette talk.
Ken is so excited. Rita, every time he sees me, he reminds me we're going to be working together soon, and he just looks so excited. And I'm really overwhelmed to hear your story, and overwhelmed with gratefulness and gratitude towards the Lord for bringing us all together. I know that God has a great plan for you guys, and connecting with the Forstons, and the way that you've moved your in the level of obedience that you've shown by just doing one thing after the other, and how quickly you've come through the process is just, it's phenomenal. And as always, I just feel so humbled to play a small part in a great thing that God is doing across the country. But as Derek has already said, my name is Lynette Green. I am the business maven, and their accountant for their personal as well as for the businesses. And it's a privilege to be able to take my 30 years of experience and education, and relationships and resources, and bring them to this platform and share it with all of you who are ILF owners, those of you that are HRA owners, those of you that are engaged in other types of businesses. I'm helping with those as well, Derek. You know how many clients you've given me, and most of them have multiple businesses. So I'm excited to bring that experience to their table. I've got people who are in construction. I've got people who are speakers. They travel and they speak. That's literally what they do, and they're adding the ILF to their portfolio of businesses. Husbands and wives, single people, single moms. I mean, it's just such a variation.
Yeah.
And I love the diversity that we have here at Forston Consultants with the owners. It's just an amazing place to be. I don't know if you guys have talked about the ILF conference that's coming up. I
Yep.
cannot tell you
Whoop, whoop.
how excited I am for this conference. I was talking to one of my clients, and she was asking me. She said, "Well, Lynette, do you think I should go? Is this something I can do through my business?" I was like, "Absolutely, 100% you should go, and every single penny is deductible. It is a
Absolutely.
legitimate business expense that you can legally write off in your business books. So you should absolutely go. It doesn't just fall in the category of business travel. It also falls in the category of continuing education, or
That part.
education and training, or education and books, or even for those of you that are just starting, business startup cost. It can fall in so many categories.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. So absolutely come, plan to come. If you know somebody that lives in the area, do whatever you need to do, but you need to get to this ILF conference. It's going to be great. I'm already making notes in terms of what I want to talk to you guys about, what I want to share, new information that the government has put on our plates, and just preparing you guys to be successful, not only in the implementation and managing of your ILFs, but that back office stuff that I'm learning even the more people are I mean, it's just a blank slate. Like, I love questions, but I'm still surprised at some of the things that people don't know when it comes to business. So let me help you. Let me get in there, and let's work it out. Let's work it out together. I apologize that I do have an avatar tonight. I wasn't scheduled to be on, and I think I'll just let y'all wait
Did she
until
say she wasn't
2.
scheduled to be on?
Derek,
Lynette's
that's
actually
why I
scheduled
said.
every Monday at 6, you guys.
Oh,
Don't let her fool you.
yeah, I forgot. I did
Yeah, every
schedule.
Monday
Yeah,
at
I
6,
did.
guys. We beg Lynette to come on, at least greet you all, if nothing else.
So I still work a full-time job,
Yep.
guys.
Yep.
And it's in
Yep.
purpose. executive administrator for an amazing pastor that's global, literally. And so my days are really full. And
Yep.
since the Forstons have given me all this business, I
Yep.
have to
We
find time.
We infect the lives of
Take care
everybody
of
that
we
we come in
gonna hey,
contact with.
listen, your pastor gonna whoop you when she see you.
Yep. Yep. We gonna touch
As we-
everybody's life, guys. Like that, like Lynette
She
just
gonna
told you
whoop you.
our goal, right? We want to affect, if that's the right word, affect.
Effect.
We,
Yeah, yeah,
we,
yeah.
we want to be a part of you guys' flourishing, no matter what you do. So you've heard in less than 6 minutes, Rita and Lynette talk about since meeting us. Hey, things aren't so bad, right? So for
Not
everybody that
at
thought I was this bad
all.
crummy guy, guys, I'm not a bad guy. I just got a heart for people. I love God, and I've fallen in love with real estate, and now we've combined it together. Lynette, back on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely been great. And all of the clients are phenomenal. Everybody has their particular gifting, they have their strengths, and then they have their weaknesses. And that's where I come in. And I talk to them about the purpose and the goal and the importance, which Rita kind of shared earlier, of having books for your business. Just as important as it is for her to be able to solidify her business for Truist Bank, they're also going to ask you for some paperwork. And a lot of my clients are having, Derek, I'm having them go back years. And some of them, when they come to me, it's from a point of I've got to do better, I've got to get better. So they're going back years of filing forms and filing this, that, and the next thing that never got filed. Number one, because they didn't know. They
Mhm.
didn't know that these things needed to be filed. They didn't know, they don't know what should be
Yeah.
included. They don't know what they can legally expense. They don't know how this benefits their personal taxes. Just so much unknown. And so instead of um, prioritizing investing and learning, they just kind of kept going and said, well, I'll just deal with it when the time comes. Well, the time has come, and it's time for us to bring our back office up to par so that what we do
Yes.
going forward is legitimized by having legitimate financial statements, properly filed returns for your corporations and for
Mhm.
your partnerships and for you as individuals. Those returns
Yes.
affect your personal tax returns. A lot of people don't even know that. So, it's I'm excited. I love sharing information, but you have to be open, you got to be ready and know that this is God's timing for you to get everything on track.
Lynette Katara said, "That's me. I have to do better. I need you, Lynette."
Katara, you know how to reach me. You know how to reach me. I think we texted
Y'all
during
South Carolinians.
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely, during your big event that you had in South Carolina.
Mhm.
Texted. So you've got my number. Just let me know when you're ready and I will figure it out. All of my Forston clients, you guys are already engrafted into my schedule. I don't
Yep.
care if I'm already working with you or we haven't done anything together yet. You guys are always going to be
Yep.
engrafted into my schedule. Derek doesn't give me a choice. If
And
anybody
that's the cheat
complains,
code for you all, because otherwise, if you came outside of Shay and I, you couldn't be on Lynette's like books.
She won't have
Her
the
personal life
time.
is too busy. Now we laugh and we joke and we play, but some of y'all have heard me talk about how Lynette's regular everyday life and her job, her assignment, as we call
Mhm.
it, is very busy. Right.
yeah,
So, guys, trust me, we joke and we laugh, but just on a serious note, Lynette's very busy and she worked for somebody that's 50 times as busy than she is and is
50.
global. So when Lynette uses those words global, some people just throw that around like we're looking to go global.
Right.
Her boss and her connection, her relationship is global to this person.
100%.
So
Yeah.
she's extremely busy. So I appreciate Lynette. In fact, let me thank you on a public stage,
Yes,
Lynette. Thank you for taking
absolutely.
on all of our IMB people, because we do know that you're busy and you don't take outside people unless they come from us. So
And
people
that's
like
a lot.
me, Rita, Shay, Joanne,
Yeah.
Katara, we appreciate you. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Lynette.
And if you come
absolutely.
to new
You really do.
graduates, it's Derek's fault.
What was that?
I said, if you count new gray hairs, it's Derek's fault.
Well, I'm sure
Absolutely.
Lynette's also at the same time grateful for the business, but again, it does
I
keep her
am.
busy. Her
I
everyday life is very busy, guys. So again, just from a standpoint of just being appreciative, I appreciate Lynette for taking all of you guys on. And again, I don't know how long Lynette will do this. We told you guys in terms of that scholarship, we're probably going to do that for probably 4 or 5 more months. But again, I'm not sure how long Lynette will allow me to make her a part of it. So as long as Lynette kind of keeps allowing it, we'll keep it going. But that scholarship that brings it from the 15K to the 7,500, that'll probably still go on for another probably 4 or 5 months. We really want to pour back into people. A lot of people lost a lot of stuff in 2023, financially, relationship wise, family, and we honor that. And like Shay spoke the other night, we're very sensitive to the times and what's going on with the economy and people. So we just want to be a blessing. And that's why, again, the June event is going to be so crazily priced. And that's why we also, Lynette, I don't think we even told Lynette, we have a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint now that we'll talk about even before we end tonight. But back on Lynette, back on Miss Rita, because I want to take advantage of their time while they're
real
here.
quick. So, Derek, there was a question. I think this is a great question because we have Lynette on stage. One of the ladies, I don't want to mess up her name, Marpartera. I'm gonna say that way. I'm sorry.
Do the abbreviation that'll keep you out of trouble.
Well, that's one word. But I did answer her question, but I want you to speak to this, Lynette. She was asking about, do we start this as an LLC? So my response to her, and I think you'll be proud of me, is it depends on how, for me, it all depends on how you want to position yourself, because we don't just have LLCs. Derek has an LLC. Otis and Kiosha's Noah's Ark is an S Corp. We've got other people like myself that is a nonprofit organization. If you can give this young lady on Instagram just a quick piece of advice of how to position herself. I said that, it depends on how you grow and scale this business. That will kind of help you figure that out if you need to transition from one to the next. But I want her to be able to hear that from you.
Yeah, of course, you guys know I did an entire piece on the different business entity types and the different classifications that the IRS acknowledges. But without going into the weeds, into really great detail, the title of that session was, "It all comes down to how you want to be taxed." There are a lot of other pieces to your puzzle that will help you decide which entity or which classification is best for you. But at the end of the day, that's what you want to consider. There's a school of thought that thinks people should start with corporations, but they don't tell people that corporations are taxed as individuals. So unless you're going into that corporation with shareholders, or if you are the only shareholder, you need to know that you're going to be taxed on any income that corporation has within the year. People don't know that there's also a separate return for a corporation. There's just so much more information and responsibility that comes with having a corporation, whether it's a C Corp or an S Corp or even a B Corp, which is a type of corporation that's becoming more prominent. But it's still a taxable entity, even though the crux of the B Corp is the B stands for benefit, meaning the purpose for your corporation is to benefit the community or to benefit others. So that's the main thing that she should know. And then in terms of the LLC, it functions almost like a sole proprietorship. However, the difference is the limited liability that comes with the company. The liability for the company is limited to the company. In other words, your personal assets are protected if you should have any issues. The liability for the company is the company's. The debt of the company is the company's. Okay, so that is the benefit of at least establishing an LLC versus a sole proprietorship. So that's what I recommend to people when it comes to starting and establishing and choosing which classification or that you want for your business. I encourage people to start with the LLC unless you have stakeholders and backers already set up to do a corporation.
Love it.
And ladies and
There you
gentlemen,
go.
that is the
The
business
business.
maven, and that's why she's a part of this event. Let's take a commercial. We'll be right back.
Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.
Let's get down.
All right,
Let's
Lynette,
get down to
back on you and Miss
business.
Shay. There's Lynette. Oh, did she mean to turn it on? Probably not.
You still cute to me though.
Business maven, ladies and gentlemen. Lynette gonna make me go to another commercial, I think. She pulled a Mom Forston, I think. Like, ooh, I didn't mean to do that.
But she still looks
Back
good.
on you, Rita. Rita, I had a question for you before we went back to that last break, and I got it right here. It said, no, actually, I think I did it.
Yeah, I think you
We talked about the website, and
Yes.
you gave the advice if anybody was looking to get started. You talked about the coaching and all of that. Is that correct?
Correct. But
Bam.
then, yeah, the last thing I wanted to say is, don't think because you had a business before, or because my husband and I had a business when we lived in Oregon, that you know it all, or that you know how it runs, because it's a totally different beast. You have to come in like, I know nothing,
That's a good
hold my
attitude.
hand, guide me, and throw all your preconceived notions out the door.
Yeah.
And really, and go at your own pace, because we say go at the speed of light. For me, I thought I was behind. I still think that, but that's the New Yorker in me. I'm like, we take 2 hours every night to work business on some form or fashion. And so I'm always thinking, oh my gosh, this is not there. This is not there yet, you know. But that's me. And for another person, it might be something different.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know your own compass. Know that just, even if you've been in real estate or anything, just listen to everything that's being said and be guided by it. And just, and it's going to do you a world of good. And the second advice I have is, if you do have the money to upgrade to be an IMB member, I would do it in a second, because, you have relationship, you have that one-on-one connection. Like, I felt a little defeated, like I was behind and stuff, and I got that encouragement, and I said, oh
Pick
yeah,
me up.
yep, I never thought of that, did it, and boom, things just started flowing. So, if I know not everybody has the same financial, or, and if you have to build your way up, fine, but if you have it, do it. I promise you, it's totally worth it. And I know these people personally. I've been working with them, and church is one thing, and business is another.
Yeah.
And they've been on target with everything and given me good advice along the way, and been encouraged. Well, and you're not gonna get that in other consulting places, You'll get the business, you'll get whatever, but you're not gonna get God behind it. You're not gonna get prayer. You're not gonna get that encouragement.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agree.
Not quite, because I still got another question. But I
Okay.
like what she said too about the prayer. And again, not that we're so great, right? But we do believe in prayer. So
Absolutely.
before Rita and I hung up the call, I said, all right, Rita, well, anything else you got? What other coach can you say, yes, can you pray now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That came natural to her to ask me to pray. And it came natural for me to do it. But name any other coach you had, Katara, Tiffany, Janine, Angela, that said, hey, you know what, before we hang up this call, can we agree in prayer about such and such and such and such? And guess what's so powerful? Everything that we prayed, Rita, did it happen or did it not?
Yes.
See, guys, and I tell
Yes.
y'all all the time, I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. Now, Lynette does call me bishop. But guys, I'm no bishop. I just love God. I
Hold
love
on.
people, and I love real estate. Hold it, Shay, because Shay about to be fun. I want to finish this serious statement because Shay about to slam me in a minute. Rita just moved at the speed of instruction, guys. She's no greater than me or you that's listening. Now, they getting ready to dog me in a minute. But listen to what I say. Rita just moved at the speed of instruction. She took the coaching, and look at where she's at now. Shay, you and Lynette can dog me now if y'all want to.
We can't get him to wear his preacher's chain.
I was just about to go there, Shay.
But I also want to say,
I even bought the bishop's cross for the deacon.
Rita, they gonna cut up for a minute, Rita. So you might as well just let them finish, Rita.
Lynette brought Derek
I
a bishop's
did.
cross.
I did. I did. And we're laughing, but seriously,
Oh man.
there is so much biblical structure engrafted into what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
You know, and the spiritual gifts that you have to utilize in this are just as valuable as the information and the education that you give to people. It is absolutely the defining line between your consulting firm and others.
Yeah. God
So
is the center of it all.
absolutely. Yeah. So I just wanted to, to absolutely agree with what Rita has said in regard to coming into this with a clean slate. That is how you're going to get the most out of this experience. The ILF conference that's coming up. Come in with a clean slate. Forget everything that you've heard. Sometimes people hear pieces of information and fill in their own blanks. And then by the time you actually meet a person or you actually get engaged in the source, you're confused because you've already allowed other information to infiltrate what you really need to know in order to be successful in this ILF life. So come with an empty mind in terms of making sure that you get every single thing that the conference is going to offer.
Yep. I agree. I love that part that she said, come at that blank slate.
Yep.
Because again, you allow yourself to be a learner.
Yes.
You said, even though if you've had a business, don't come into this thinking that you know it. Let the coach you, guys.
Yeah.
Again, like I've messed this up so many ways, guys. I've done this wrong in the beginning so bad that I told you guys my next book that's dropping is called The 14 Dumbest Mistakes That I Made. Guys, that's going to be a heck of a book because, again, it's not about me being this guru, about me, Mr. Know-It-All. It's showing you what I messed up on so that you don't do it. What a great book that is, right? And let me be an encouragement for anybody that's struggling, trying to think about, well, what could I write a book about? Write about what you messed up on. That could be a greatest seller ever because people want to know what to avoid. That's why I think that book is going to do really well. And guess what? It's under 24 pages. It's not even that long, ladies and gentlemen. I put some pictures in it, or my VAs did. But anyway, watch this real quick, right? Because last week I talked about it. Today I want to show it to you. For a long time, guys, for many years, ever since we've started the coaching, we only had what I would call the hand-holding coaching, the one-on-one. That's what Rita just spent 30 minutes talking about. But Lynette, people have been begging me for years to create a do-it-yourself version because me and my big head, Lynette, I think everybody want my one-on-one coaching. Lynette, that's not true. There's a lot of people that say, well, Derek, just give me the paperwork, bro, and give me all the information. Derek, let me go at my own pace. So finally, we listened to you all, right? And I should have done this a long time ago. So first of all, let me apologize. But introducing right now and is live and ready to go for only $24.97. You get everything that Rita gets, but you don't get me. Rita gets me. Rita gets the one-on-one coaching, the relationship, and all of that extra stuff she talked about. But can you imagine getting everything Rita got, including paperwork, courses, all the ebooks, and now you can do this at your own self-pace? So starting from the beginning, you're going to get how to open an independent living facility in 10 easy steps. You get the sequel to that of I have an ILF, now what? You also get the ILF one-on-one course. That's kind of a bundle.
Yeah.
Then you get the proven strategies for becoming a housing referral agency. That's that whole HRA that a lot of y'all want. So now today, the HRA isn't kind of what it used to be. It's still a single product at $19.97, but it's almost like, why would you do that when the HRA is inside of this for only $24.97?
Get it all.
We also give you the HRA phone scripts and the email templates. So if you're wondering, Derek, what do I say to these social workers and case managers? Guys, we give you the template so that your VA that we also give you can send. We also give you the SOPs, the standard operating procedures. So let's just say you bought this course and you never talked to me again and you never came to a YouTube live. Guys, SOP simply means that if you can read, you can lead, and you can do the thing that people are asking of you. The other part, somebody's calling me, and I think I know who it is. That's the guy that I accepted today, y'all. I'm going to give y'all some live stuff. This is the gentleman that I accepted today. He's actually got a car. He's discharged from the hospital, but he doesn't have a phone. I can imagine he might be lost. I'm going to finish this and call him right back. I think that's who that was, Shay.
Go ahead. Take the call and we'll.
Yeah, I'm going to call this
carry
guy.
through.
Finish this,
So-
Shay, and I'm going to call this guy.
Yeah.
real
So
quick.
just make sure you mute your mic if you're
Okay.
going to stand there and do it. But yeah, so
I
like
may do it
again,
live.
Derek said it like Lynette to me was truly a no-brainer. Because of the fact that we noticed a lot of people were more so like people want to learn on their own pace and kind of do things on their own. We always say, Derek loves doing X, Y, and Z. And Derek wants to, he wants to be all hands on. And I told him, I said, babe, at some point, you've got to realize that not everybody needs your hands on approach. Some people really are, we've got people that proof is in the pudding. They've come to our lives. They've come to our master class, and they're operating ILFs. They're operating their housing program. And I said, so see, they don't need you for 6 to 8 months or 16 years. They may just pop in and say, hey guys, I came to blah, 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 and I'm up and running. And we're like, that is awesome. So it was a long time coming, but we finally wore them down. It took the whole team. It took me, Tara, Alex, and a lot of prayer. So we were able to do it, and we got him squared away with that. But I do want to talk about the ILF conference really quickly. There are questions on Instagram asking when this event is going to take place. This is going to be unlike any other ILF in-person event that we've ever done. This is going to be a 2-day shindig. Okay. The second day is we're still building it out. So if you are interested in more information, go ahead and text the word conference to 407-326-0086. And what we're going to do is we're going to add you to our mailing list so that way you get updates on what's going on, who our key speakers are, what we'll be discussing, what we're going to do on day 2, how it's going to be broken down. There are a lot of people that are coming around. There are a lot of people that are interested in this housing model, but they really don't even know how to get started. And that is what this is all about. How to get started. And Lynette, I don't know if you heard what the subtopic of the event is.
I haven't.
So give me a second. I got to go to it. I was brainstorming, and it's called From Idea to Implementation.
Love it.
So this is the 2024 ILF conference, Independent Living Facility Conference, and we're going to show you how to take it from idea to implementation. What makes it so important? And we talked about this earlier. We're going to surround you with people that help keep us accountable and keep our business and structure operational and doing it well. Our lawyers, our attorneys, some of our partners in the community. They're all going to be there with us to help us explain to you how we went and took this thing from how Derek took this thing from idea to implementation and furthering it to even more things to come. So this is what this conversation is all about. And I'm excited.
Me too. And that was my guy. So Shay, he told me he didn't have a phone.
Okay.
But what he did, he was resourceful. He actually did have a phone, but it wasn't turned on.
Mm-hmm.
But he called the phone company and they gave him 3 days grace. So he was just calling to tell me that he made it there. I thought something was wrong, like he couldn't find it. But no, he's there. He's met his roommate. He met all the other guys.
Nice.
He put it on
That's
speakerphone.
awesome.
Everybody said, "Yep, he's here, Derek. And we're gonna take care of him."
That's
So he's
awesome.
good. So that house is actually full.
Full.
So for most people that have ever heard me talk about like these ILFs, I've always had so many ILFs that I'm never full. I always just keep a lot of people.
Right.
But this particular one, you guys heard me talk about it. I took this house over about 2.5 months ago. We discharged or we kicked out probably 4 or 5 people. People that wasn't following the rules, and that when I took the house over, they wasn't the criteria of what we accept. They were breaking all the rules, got rid of them, and then replaced it. So that house is now completely full.
We transitioned them.
We transitioned them. That's the nice way to say it.
We didn't get rid of anybody. We just transitioned.
Yeah, they were not good fits for us. So we saw to it that they got somewhere else that was more appropriate.
Yeah.
So everybody that lives in that house right now is under what we would call a program from a hospital, meaning they don't have the money to pay me. So that when you guys hear me talk about mailbox money, that's what this is. And we'll go further into that in, the June event, or if you guys take any of the coaching or even the DIY, all that's inside of that.
Yeah.
To where sometimes when you get a person from a hospital, the hospital holds a grant. That means that Bobby or Mary Jo or Jose, he don't have money. But because he's met certain criteria through the hospital will pay you up to 3 to 6 months, sometimes a whole year, until they get that person approved for SSI, SSDI, or until they get a job.
Yeah.
Okay. So hopefully Shay did, no, not hopefully. I know Shay did a great job of explaining the DIY.
My collar.
Any questions about the DIY? Because again, the most important thing to that is that, again, we only always had the one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
And now we finally listened to you all and we created a do-it-yourself version. So remember, guys, you get everything other than me as the one-on-one coach. But all the information that you need, including the virtual assistant, guys, I even give you a VA for free. Complimentary. You just got to pay for the $5 an hour to pay them. But to vet, train, and endorse that VA to you, guys, that's an absolute no-brainer at the $24.97.
These comments.
So is there any questions about the DIY before we keep it moving? Because we're actually getting ready to close here in a little bit.
You see this? We're getting ready to close, Angela.
But that was the first time, so you can't say that on the first one. So let's see. Shay needs to do a DIY on proper verbiage.
Well, yeah.
Do it yourself. What do you mean by that?
She just being
expound
messy.
on that one.
She
okay.
being messy.
I must have missed the joke while I was gone.
No, because I was just saying the verbiage. Just you talking about we kicking people out. We don't kick people out.
Yeah. No. That's just in front of y'all. And the coaching, we use the real words. Like Rita would never say they're gonna kick him out.
Derek,
we're gonna discharge him.
I agree. She makes things sound so much more professional.
Hey, I would love for you guys to hear a conversation between me and Keosha. Coaching Keosha, I talk really like rough. But I'll say, Keosha, now when you said in your much more professional way, you gonna probably say it like this, right? So that's a good example of what Angela just talked
Keosha
about.
is hilarious.
I laugh and joke and play on here and use words like we put him out or kicked him out, but no. The real language and the verbiage is that we discharged him from our program, right? For the reason, probably rule number 9, rule number 3, and rule number 2. Because if you remember, Rita doesn't have to make up her own rule book.
Nope.
All of the paperwork, the leases, all of the paperwork that it takes to run this, guys, even the DIY gets all the paperwork, right? So even the I Love Mastery blueprint, you don't have to recreate the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. All Rita had to do was put her name, Cozy Comfort Solutions, at the top. And so that it doesn't say Second Chance Housing. The other thing Rita can do is, because we give it to you guys in a Word document, my main rules, guys, are in bold writing, page number 6 through 10. Rita should add to that list. Rita should probably read my rules and say, well, Derek, I noticed that you don't have that. These guys can't drink red Kool-Aid in their room. Well, Rita, that's not a rule for me. But if Rita wants it, Rita should add it.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, don't take away from my rules. You just add to it.
Amen.
We had
Anything that's
somebody-
missing, add to it.
we actually had somebody that was doing co-ed, and you know what they added to their rules? Dress code, appropriate attire.
That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
Hey, read that, Shay.
I know which attire.
Shay correct me so much on this that none of y'all better not talking about y'all quit. Now I'll admit, when I'm
Listen.
talking about that job, the word quit does feel good.
Can I tell you
But
something?
no, we're
though?
not quitters, and Shay and I were dummies, y'all.
Lynette, I'm
And,
about
oh,
to
and Rita
listen.
did too. We all gave 90 and 120 days notice.
We did some crazy.
Most
stuff.
people don't do that. Rita did it, I did it, and so did Shay.
Shay gave 90 days notice and still stayed on the clock, like still stayed with a
Yeah.
pager and a phone.
Yep. I
For 6
trained
months.
a team of virtual, not
6
virtual,
months.
I
trained
remember
a
that. Oh
team
my
of
goodness.
interns. So where I'm at, guys, I worked in a hospital that's known as what they would call an educational hospital. So that means when they have nursing students or students that are going through to get their how do you call it? To be an MD,
Yeah, no.
like to be a
Yeah, the
doctor.
residency
They
program.
come to our hospital to like intern and work.
Mhm.
Guys, I trained probably 6 social workers and case managers before I left and overly trained them because I'll admit, y'all, I was a little afraid. You guys ever heard of that Joyce Meyer saying, do it afraid?
Yeah.
When I put my notice in, y'all, I put in like a 4-month notice originally. And y'all, I was nervous. I kept changing it and changing it.
Yeah.
But toward the end, it got closer and closer. So I cut it. So mine went from a 4-month to like a 90-day.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, I'll admit, guys, I was nervous. I was a little scared. But fear, they tell me, is false. See if I can get this right. No, Rita, tell me, Rita, what does fear mean, Rita, to some
False
people?
evidence appearing real.
That's it. False
False
evidence. Stop right
appearing
there. False evidence. Because usually the word evidence means, okay, this is the evidence is true. But false evidence appearing, the next key word, appearing real.
Mm.
So, and again, we always pray that God is not giving you guys the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. So the day when Rita called me kind of not in fear, but discouraged, that's my job as a coach to bring the Jesus out of me and the coaching and the experience into her life.
Yeah.
That's my job.
But can I share something with you today? Like, this is something that happened. I had a conversation with Mom because I was actually with Mom Forston today, Lynette. And we were pulling up to Panera Bread, right? And I said, man, all these people are on vacation. A huge majority of these individuals are on vacation. I said, this is my life, Mom. Like, do you really know that this is my day to day? Me and you are getting ready to go have lunch at Panera, and we're gonna go shopping for the lady's house. Like, this is my life. You know, like, this is what God has ordained for me for this season of my life. Like, this is what I get to do. I said, man, this is powerful.
That's a privilege, right, Shay?
She said, you know, your mama said,
Honor.
I wanted to give 90 days notice, though. I said, you know what? That's not
She
fair.
always brings that up, right?
Yep. I said, that's not fair, Mom. That's not fair. But yeah, absolutely. That's I just wanted to share that because that was truly something that we both did. We all stepped out in a little bit of discomfort. I still have my status on my WhatsApp from the day I left. And I said, of course, walking on water feels funny to your legs because you've never done it before.
Woo!
And that's still,
Repeat that slowly.
of course, walking on water feels funny to your legs because you've never done it before.
That's great.
Right.
And that and everybody was like, what? Because I didn't tell anybody what we were doing. This was something that was solely for my house and for Derek and I and, you know, the people I worked with. My family really didn't know. I was out and everybody's like, what is that cryptic message? And I said, you just got to walk on water. And that's what I'm doing. And nobody realized it until they started seeing social media posts or started seeing, well, wait a minute, why is she always available when I call? And she was never, you know. So just know that when you are passionate about something, and this is, if you think you work hard at your 9 to 5, oh baby, Oh, baby, you gonna work this thing like it ain't nothing.
It
Um,
takes over your life,
it
Shay,
does.
but
Yeah.
in a good way,
Yeah.
Completely takes over your
because
life.
yeah, it does. You're consumed with purpose and passion for people,
Yeah.
and before you know it, your every moment is inundated with thoughts on how you can make this better, how you can do great things for people who are in need, and you're being fueled from something that's
Yeah.
greater than you.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, unless you're serving people, you have not begun to live. If your life is still only about you, you're not even
Mm,
living life.
and it
Until you
begun.
serve people, you're not even living. And once you connect with what your capacity is to serve,
Yeah.
I mean, your life is transformed and you're
Yep.
transformed with it from the inside out. And I'm again just super excited to be playing a small part in this great, great, great vision. I'm texting Derek and Shay my little weird, quirky thoughts about them just randomly various times. I'll
Yes.
send them a text. And but it's coming from a vision that I have for you guys, that I'm just anticipating the greatness and how much more. I'm telling them, and I'm sharing this with all of our viewers tonight on all the platforms. They are actually paving the way for new policy to take place, new codes to be written
Yep.
with the IRS, because what you guys are doing hasn't been done before. This is a model that you have trademarked
Yeah.
that now needs to be recognized on so many different platforms at so many different levels of government, and I want to see that happen. And it's going to happen
It
because
is.
it's got to expand. Our nation is in a crisis. Just, of course, where we live, you get in your car and drive just a few miles down the road. Even if you live behind a gate, you don't have to drive far to see that there is a homeless or houseless person issue. And it's families. It's not just individuals, it's families, it's moms and
Real.
their young children and women. Shay, in regard to the Angela Denise Foundation, women and children, or women and or children, are
Mhm.
at the highest percentage of becoming homeless for
Yep.
different reasons, but nevertheless we're at the top of the food chain when it comes to um, being able to care for ourselves and income and all the other things that we get
Yeah.
stats on. But we're at the top of being found in poverty. And
Yeah.
so what you guys are doing is an answer, and the world needs to know it. So
Yep.
I'm backing it. I'm going to play whatever part I can play. There's going to be a time when we've got to add more accountants, more
Yeah.
financial minds, so that we can manage the conglomeration that God is built. Is that a word? Conglomeration?
It is
I
now.
think it is.
I think it is.
I
I
think
think it is, and I think that's a real one.
conglomerate.
A conglomerate.
Conglomerate.
It's just amazing, and I'm excited to be here at this particular
Yeah.
season
Mm.
with you guys. So
Yep.
I'm
I didn't mean to go all the way there, but I
Jump
did.
in
no,
there,
you
Rita.
good. Go for it, Rita.
No, but it's interesting that she said that, because when I was at the bank, they didn't know how to. Well, it's real estate, but it's kind of like social services, human services. Like they 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 couldn't put us in a box.
100%. I'm
And I
finding that too, Rita.
know why? Because let's get rid of the box. There's no limits with God. Okay.
Come
I know
on.
we try to think outside the box, but let's just forget about the box, because with God, all things are possible. And I
Amen.
just see the impact. This is gonna start moving so quickly in the next year or so, not just here in Florida, but in other states as well, because it's just good practice, and it's the heart of the shepherd. This is what he wants us to do. Take care of his people. and if we can be used in that way, so be it.
If you guys have gotten behind what God gets behind. God gets behind people. If you get behind people, God will get behind you.
That's good. I like that. That's good. Speaking of people, let's get a word from David and Dennis of what kind of people can we serve. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. All right. Lynette, talk to me about David and Dennis, Lynette. What you thinking? I knew Lynette would like that. Talk to me, Lynette.
I love them. I
Shay, behave
love
I knew you was
them.
going to like it, Lynette.
I love them. Absolutely phenomenal. You should do more. I've got some ideas of characters.
And that's kind of hard to do, but once a month, we're going to drop a David and Dennis skit. So you guys look forward to that. We got another one dropping in about a week, but at least once a month, we're going to be dropping a skit from David and Dennis. And as you guys can see, David is a little bit of a hard head, right? But Dennis is very put together. Graduated from FCU. Has a master's degree in independent living facilities and knows all about how to run this. But David, he's a little hard-headed, Lynette. He trying to get
somebody we know.
Back on you, Miss Rita.
So, Derek, there's a comment from Katara. Katara said, Rita reminded me of something. Derek and Shay, I have to set up a call soon to discuss my good problem. We like good problems.
Good problems. I like good problems.
Let's get it on the books. Let's get it on the books.
Good problems usually means that the requests are coming in so fast you can't get the real estate fast
That's probably
enough.
exactly
That's usually what
it
happens to most of us.
Sounds like good trouble to me.
It's me too.
I want to make this comment, but I'm gonna really go in deep on it at the June event. I always pray for every one of you guys, whether I know you or not, and I pray that the day that somebody tells you yes, that you can get the house. Because I always tell people, right, getting the house or the real estate to put people in is one of the biggest hurdles that we'll ever try to jump across. But my prayer is that when you guys get all these no's and no's and no, that when the first guy that does say yes, you never have to go anywhere else. And that person can give you every property that you need. That's already looked like it's going to happen for Rita. Because she told you earlier that the guy that she built the relationship with, not only is he a realtor, but he's also a property manager. So what does that mean? He has relationship with people that own property. Man. How many times have I told you guys that this is not all about real estate all the time? It's about relationship, and the real estate can come through that. Rita, how many times have I preached that and you walked it?
Every time you mention it, and it's so important. But if I could piggyback on that with the fear aspect, don't let fear, because it's the first time somebody said yes, not to ask good questions and step back and wait on it. And I actually had my husband reach out to the realtor today and say, hey, we love this, but this is a negative. Can you show me something in this area closer to buses and more stores and get back to us? And he's looking, because I want to see a comparison.
There you go.
Because I
more
stepped
than one choice.
But just because it was a yes, sometimes you just have to step back, and it's okay to continue asking questions and prodding people just to make sure it's the right one.
And as I'm going through Home Depot the other day, talking to Rita with stuff all in my hands, earphones in my ear, we are literally going through these. I said, Rita, now I said a bunch of stuff, but at the end, I said, Rita, now my job is not to tell you to get this house. My job is that now, Rita, you have the coaching, you have the teaching, and you now know how to make a sound decision. But I said, Rita, what's even better? We go to church tomorrow. This is on a Saturday, y'all. I said, now what I love to do, especially if it's a decision over the weekend, I ain't making no decision, Lynette. I'm going to church. I'm going to hear the word. I'm going to worship. And my answer probably going to come through that. So sometimes even when you just, not like you're doubting, but you just say, man, God, man, you know what? Like, God, can you just say something tomorrow to confirm what I kind of already know? But God, I want to make the right choice. I want to do your will the right way and the right property. And what if she goes to church the next day, like she did, and the pastor says something that says, wow, that was for me. Rita, didn't we pray that that would also kind of happen?
Yes.
God, allow Rita to make the best decision possible. God, allow clients to already be lined up for Rita when she get the house. God, there's people that you ordained before the beginning of time that you knew that in 2024, Rita and her husband Ken would have a facility.
Come on.
God, you already pointed out the people that would need it years ago. That's how genius God is, guys. Not because Rita's so great, not because my coaching is so great. God is amazing how he merges all of this stuff together. Remember, guys, this is real estate and social services merged together. This is not like some rocket science thing. We're mixing social services and real estate together. The Bible says, not Derek, that the poor, the needy, and the widow, we must take care of them because they'll always be among us. Some of y'all will feed people. Some of y'all will clothe people.
Yep.
I say, but God, can I use real estate to help them, God? God like that because God knows that also that if I can get their housing right, everything else can also fall into place now. Because if we get housing right, Shay, and that's why your program, Shay, is so powerful because you're doing that whole widow thing, the elderly woman. You know how much God respects that? The woman who's elderly, that without Shay's program would be sleeping behind a dumpster. Guys, this is the impact that we're making on the lives of people. So again, if you've ever loved real estate and you like helping people and you got the love of God in your heart, oh, and you need some patience. Because if you love God and love people, but you don't have no patience, Lynette, this still won't work. The love of God won't override your short fuse if you don't pray and say, God, can you remove this short fuse? So you got to have some patience.
Fruit to the spirit. Fruit to the spirit.
God, patience kind of come with it. I'm a person that won't now. I'm kind of like that. They just say, you know, I don't believe in all these signs and stuff, but I'm a Scorpio. And they said Scorpio love things now, right now, in my way. But Rita, because of the love of God in me, I like to think that I'm a little patient when needed.
Right.
Can y'all? Oh, okay. Thank you, Derek.
Come on, Lynette.
Appreciate that. You did it. You took care of it. All is well.
Come on, Lynette. When needed, because if I'm at the bank asking somebody for $60,000, I'm texting and calling Lynette 1,000 miles a minute. Lynette, I need this. I need this. Send me the P&Ls. Send me the profit and loss. Send me my last. Lynette, I need it now, Lynette.
While I'm at my desk.
Guys, I'm not worried about Lynette at a job. I need this paperwork because I'm trying to get these 75.
He ain't lying. I'm like Derek. He's like, I don't care.
That's that Scorpio in me, y'all.
I guess.
Which, by the way, friends, all of this information that he texted and asked for, he already had.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
But my non-techie self, y'all, and if I'm panicking, Rita, I can't find it, Rita. Rita, I'm not techie, and most of the time I'm panicking now. So there is no Derek. Go check your email.
I'm laughing because
Rita, I can't find that.
That's gonna
Rita, Lynette want me to go through all my emails and Katara, can you imagine me at the bank panicking and sweating, stuttering? I'm like, Lynette, come on, Lynette. Seeing a meeting, can't get to me.
But thank God for Shay, because Shay helps talk him down from the roof.
Oh my goodness.
And either she'll go in and look at, or if I get a moment, I'll go in, pull the email and send it.
Yeah, he is a man.
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
But anyway, I want to thank y'all so much for being here. We are way over our time, but I just want to thank each and every one of you. Hopefully, y'all learned something from us during the midst of all of our clowning. I hope Rita, even herself, remove me from it. I hope you guys learned something from Rita.
Yeah.
Somebody that just told you today that in 6 weeks, she's from the coaching to making a decision on which property should I get.
Has it really been 6 weeks?
Yep.
Like,
Jeez, time's
But-
flying.
and
Wow.
it's crazy because again, Rita thought that she was moving too slow.
Yeah.
Rita's doing what we call moving at the speed of instruction.
Yep.
But look how critical she was on herself, Shay. That again shows me how well she's going to do at this. Lynette, it's easy for me to sit somebody that when they sign up, prime example, I got a guy that signed up about 3 months ago. He missed his last 4 coaching calls and we can't reach him.
Ghost.
He ain't serious about this. Rita's calling me 2 and 3 times a week.
Yeah.
One of those is a Zoom. So
I'll
that
take-
we're always talking. That's how it works. If I'm selling you one-on-one coaching, tell you that I'm in your back pocket, you better treat it like that because Rita gonna call me for everything. Derek, should I get the blue comforter or the red one? Derek, should we do curtains or not? Derek, should I feed these people? Guys, it can be everything from the smallest question to Derek, how do I discharge this guy? He's not following the
Yeah.
rules. Do I evict him, Derek? Is it regular paperwork? Can you walk me through it? And Rita's somebody that she's like Angela. When you're talking to her, she's writing. So that my words don't just go in vain. So even though I record every session, that if you do forget it, I can send it. But I love people that when I'm talking to you, I can hear that pen scratching that paper.
What you write
As a
down?
coach, Lynette, I love that because that tells me that you're paying attention. Somebody told me one time that when you're receiving information, if you write it down, you're more apt to remember it
Yes.
versus just listening. Back on you, Rita.
No, I just
Anything you got, Rita.
no, I just want to remind people to put God first. Pray about everything and anything. Nothing's too small. God knows the desires of your heart, and He listens to His children. And just be aware that He's talking to us all the time, but we just need to take a moment and hear it, and it'll work out. I've been, I lost my son-in-law. I also lost an aunt. We've had some situations come down the plank, but we've pushed through. Press until success happens. Just keep
Say that one more time.
Love
Put-
that.
press until success happens.
Love it.
And know
Love it.
there's people here who love you and support you and are praying for you. And we're not gonna let you fall, And if you fall, we're gonna bring you back up. We'll just help you get right back up and help you through.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Rita Klum from Cozy Comfort Solutions. Only 6 weeks into the coaching. So for all you people that say, well, Derek, how long will it take me to get the? Well, if you like Rita, it could take 6 weeks. Excuse me. No, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, 6 weeks. Yeah.
It could take 6 days. It could take 6 months. What will you put into it? In fact, I lied. One more question for Rita. Rita, can you tell the people as an ILF operator soon to have your own place, what did you do today to prepare for anything concerning ILF? What did you do today?
Today, I reached out to some more realtors, and project managers. I touched base with the people who are doing my t-shirts to make sure that everything's good to go. I reached out to my virtual assistant. I reread some of my standard operating procedures and some of the, the handbooks and stuff, printed those out to make sure that I have those ready for when I start getting my clients in.
That's
make
it.
time page 6.
You ready?
So just a list of, if we decide pros and cons, we go with this one or this one. What would I need over here? What would I need over here? And just the pros and cons of both of them. And then, in the end, pray as well. And reach out to people who have done business. You should always have somebody that's above you, somebody who's walking beside you. And then later on, you're going to pull somebody with you. So
clip it.
We
Clip that.
just had
Wow.
a conversation about this
Love
last
that.
night, Derek.
I'm clipping that. That's going to be on my social media on Facebook next week. That whole phrase that she just did. Yep. So my team that'll be watching this afterwards, a lot of what Rita spoke on today, guys, we need to pull that footage and post it because, again, that's going to be people hearing from somebody that just got into the coaching, guys. And she's showing you guys that it's not rocket science, but with the coaching, she's going to look genius now.
Yeah.
And listen to some of the tips that she gave you. Not all of them. I'm going to give you some of them. Prayer. She talked about praying. She's also got a virtual assistant, guys. Remember, Jess allows me to be the hero in my community because of what she does. This is Jess. Rita now has a Jess. What's the name of your new VA?
Donna.
Miss Donna. Right? So now she's got a Donna who's going to allow Rita to be the hero in the community. So no more you and Ken setting up your own appointments to go to all of these hospitals. Your VA should be doing that now, to where you just show up and be great.
Amen.
They and I are at a hospital every day this week. It is not because I set it up. Jess set it up, and then more than likely, one social worker knows another one at a different hospital. Then they all talk to each other.
Yeah.
Derek coming to us Friday. When you got him, girl? Tuesday. We ain't coming out. Shade him coming Wednesday. Yeah. Right? So that's how it works, guys. So Rita, I'm super proud of you. I thank you so much for allowing us to grill you today. Thank you for being an inspiration to other people that will watch this live and through the replay. There's more people that actually watch the replay that enjoy us live. I pray that people will be inspired by your story and by your tenacity to keep it moving. Because not that we went into detail, but we did tell people that you suffered a lot of loss in these last 5-6 weeks, even going back into last year. We don't have to go into it, but you didn't let it stop you. Right. And before we go, I think it'll only be right for me to play this one thing. But Rita, you did again what I'm going to say my brother always talked about. My brother's watching you from up high. Say, yep, she's just like Katara. Yep, that's the kind, Derek. So you're moving at the speed of instruction, but you're also doing what Otis talked about. When you're hurting, when you're down and out, when you're suffering loss, some days you're going to be able to run. Some days you're going to be able to crawl. But Otis says sometimes you're only going to be able to lean forward. And Rita, I'm going to commend you for the days that it was tough. That Sunday that I saw you, it was tough on you that day. But Rita, you kept leaning forward because guess what you just told everybody today? That's what I mean by that. So Otis is proud of you. I'm proud of you. Forston Consultants is proud of you. And if y'all ain't no haters, 5 of y'all should type in the chat, Rita, I'm proud of you.
Listen.
And real quick, Shay, and just real quick, let's take a word from our co-founder, Mr. Otis Forston.
Otis Forston of Noah's Ark.
Hey, let's go. Hey, check us out. Y'all ready to be great? All right. So y'all say let's be. Y'all say great. Let's be. Let's be. Let's be. All right, let's get it, D. Wow.
In life, things are going to always happen, right? Life is going to get in the way sometimes. But we got to move forward, right? We got to continue to move forward, no matter what that looks like. Some days we're going to run. Some days we're going to walk. And some days we're going to crawl. And guys, there's going to be some days the only thing that we're going to be able to do is lean forward, right? But it's super important that we move forward, right? And continue to grind, continue to ask God for his help and his grace. Because one thing about God's grace, his grace is so sufficient that it will carry us through our toughest journeys. So I just want to come to you guys today and encourage you guys, no matter what happens, even when life gets in the way, let's move forward.
People on this earth are waiting for you to get started. They got money, they got provisions, they got furniture, and they got a house for y'all. But they don't even know you exist. Y'all can clap. They don't even know you exist. The reason they don't know you exist is because you got your mouth closed. All right, so let's talk about it, family.
All right. So I'm going to end that with saying kind of what Otis ended it on. There's a lot of people that are waiting on you guys to get started. Just like with Rita, right? There is somebody that is waiting on Rita to start this program, and Rita don't even know their names yet. But Otis talked about it, and he also said that they don't even know you exist yet because you won't open your mouth. Rita started talking about this, guys, to a lot of people before a lot of this stuff happened. And I tell you guys, that's also scripture, right? It says, call these things that be not as though they were. So you guys should be saying right now, today, I have a housing program. How many of y'all have heard my story that when I first started, I would put social media posts that say, hey guys, in 90 days, Second Chance Housing will have its first facility. Ladies and gentlemen, was that really true? Not really. I made another post that said, ladies and gentlemen, in 60 days, Second Chance Housing will have its first facility. Was that kind of true? Not really, but I was calling these things that be not as though they were. Lynette, I did another one. In 30 days, Second Chance Housing will have its first facility. If you're a case manager or social worker, let us know because we want to help. Guys, we got down to about 7 days, and God said, all right, Derek, you keep saying it. I got to do it now because you done put me on Front Street, Derek. And with 7 days left, God gave me that first rental property, that blue house that I've showed a lot of y'all time and time again in terms of what it looks like. So again, Otis said it, guys. Somebody's waiting on y'all to get started. We all live in different areas, different cities, and different states. Get started so that you can also take people from homeless to hopeful. My name is Derek Forston. I improved this entire message. We hope that you guys have learned something tonight. We hope that you take advantage of either our DIY, your do-it-yourself ILF Mastery Blueprint, the actual one-on-one coaching ILF Mastery Blueprint. And we hope to see all you guys June 21st and 22nd. I love y'all. Y'all be great. I'm going to let Shay or Miss Rita pray us out of here tonight. You guys be good, and we'll see you tomorrow where we talk about the greatest software system in the world that Miss Rita is also using, digitalflowsolutions.net. And Rita is also getting her virtual assistants from va101.com. .co. So Shay, if you would do me a favor, I want Shay to put digitalflowsolutions.net, also va101.co to show people where Rita got her website from, as well as her VA. Then I want Rita to type into the chat that quote that she said earlier about the push. I want you to type that in. And then I want Lynette to bless us real quick while these two ladies are talking. Lynette, if you can bless us real quick, encourage the people, remind them about what you're going to be speaking about, even though we'll add to it in June. But the stage is yours, Miss Lynette.
All right, you guys. Derek, I've got to jump off. It's just about time for me to connect with my client. But I just wanted to say again, if you can get here June 21st, 22nd, it is absolutely worth the investment. As I said earlier, it is something that is deductible for your business. So every single penny that you spend, from an airline ticket to gas, a car rental, the meals that you have while you're here, all of it is deductible for your business. I'm really overwhelmed a lot with the things I've heard tonight in terms of what God is doing, what he has spoken throughout the live tonight. Just really overwhelmed, really excited. And I encourage you guys to absolutely lock into purpose. Absolutely lock into purpose. You're going to be transformed by doing what God has designed you to do. Transformed. Your life will not be the same. And the lives that you affect will be a crown, a stone in your crown. At the end of all of this, when all of this is said and done, you're going to be in a good place. So that's it for me tonight, guys. I've got to sign off. It was an absolute pleasure. I think I will be back on Monday next week. And I've got a load of information to share with you guys in June. And I don't know if Shay mentioned this to Derek, but I sent her another random text about a conference add-on. We haven't talked about it, but we'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. You're a part of that long meeting that we're going to have probably Thursday for about 4 hours. So Lynette, if you can call in to work your other job.
The other job is my other job. This is my main job. We speak it in Jesus' name.
Listen,
in Jesus'
all
name.
I'm gonna say is I hope.
I like that.
All right, guys.
I like that.
I love everybody.
Lynette, you be good. We'll see you
real
soon because
quick.
we're also closing out.
Hold on,
Shay,
I just want to say one thing. Lynette, Derek still hasn't responded to your message about.
Say that again.
I said Derek still hasn't responded to your email, your text message about that conference.
Oh, he sure didn't.
Right.
I did.
Okay. Nope. Bye.
That's all right. Thursday is coming.
How they do me, Rita?
Coming.
Rita, see how they do me?
I'll
Rita,
see
don't
y'all
let them
later.
Rita, don't let them do me like that.
Love
See
you,
you, Lynette.
Rita, I'm snitching.
Lynette's got family prayer every Monday night at 8:30. So we're actually 1 minute into her prayer.
She did prayer. It was she had a client.
Okay. I thought that was her family prayer.
Prayer was before.
All right, good stuff. Shay,
Wow.
I'm gonna let you probably close us out of here, and then we'll let these nice people go, man. We've helped these guys a long time
And
tonight.
I'm hungry.
We actually cooked a little something before this thing started, so I think we got some food to eat, Shay.
Oh Lord, I
Hey
thank
guys,
you.
me and Shay run so much, y'all. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like you. Well, anyway, let me not go there because I'll
Getting
keep
ready to
going.
close,
I'm getting ready to
y'all.
close, Angela. So I'm not gonna open up another can of worms. Shay, close us out of here. And
Listen,
then,
it has been an
we'll
amazing
go.
night, Rita. I want to thank you for your
Thank Rita
time,
again,
for
man.
being here.
Appreciate Rita.
Thank you for all that you've shared. Again, let's not make this a one-time thing. The goal is to have our ILF family join us on these Monday nights where we can talk about, what's going on in the independent living facility space. And to share that with our people that are viewing all our social media platforms. Thank you to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube family for hanging out with us. As Derek always says, you could have been a lot of places, but you chose to hang out with
Yeah,
us. So we
over 2 hours,
appreciate
yeah.
that. If you have not already, I want you to do me a favor. If you are interested in the 2024 Independent Living Facility Conference held here on June 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida, don't forget to text conference to the phone number 407-326-0086. And a member of our team will get you some information, and I'll have them build out that workflow, Derek, because I have not. That'll be
And
a
our
part of
team's
our
also
meeting.
building the affiliate links. So for you
Correct.
guys that want to sell it actually and actually be a
Make
part of
some
it,
money.
I love the people that have the
some
idea of selling
pesos.
enough tickets to where their tickets actually free. I love that.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
that's, again, we're excited about it. And you know what? I'm gonna have Rita pray us out tonight.
Okay.
Ooh, let's do it. If Rita
So
don't
Rita,
mind,
pray
absolutely.
us out.
Amen.
All hearts and mind clear?
Yes.
Okay, with Angela first. Angela, all hearts and mind. Angela's like that mother of the church that you got to look back at and make sure that it's okay to close. Angela, we okay to close, Angela? She already put in the chat, getting ready to close.
y'all.
Amen.
Go ahead and close us out, Rita.
Lord Father God, we just thank you for you're the great I am, the living God.
Amen.
And I thank you that you have ordered our steps, Lord Father God. I pray that every door that needs to be open, Lord Father God, but shut every door that needs to be closed, Lord Father God. I pray that you set us with the right relationships, Lord Father God. And I just pray for every person right now that doesn't have a home, Lord Father God. I pray that you set them up with the right social worker, case manager, or just hear about us through the grapevine so they'll be able to place their heads in a clean, safe environment, Lord. And I pray that you just use us in every aspect of our lives for your kingdom and for your glory. In Christ's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all be good. And we'll see you tomorrow back in this room at 6 p.m. Eastern. And if about 5 of you guys can do me a favor and go ahead and share this room to either your personal page, share it to a family member or friend, or maybe somebody from your church. We would greatly appreciate that. You guys be great. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the content, but I just want to let you know there's still time to apply for the scholarship for the ILF Mastery Blueprint, and that's our one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot that comes with it. So I'm just going to guide you guys to the website so that you can kind of check it out for yourself after we're done here. So you're going to visit forstonconsultants.com. Then you're going to click the tab that says Products and Services. The first thing that's going to pop up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Click that tab that says Learn More, and it's literally going to give you step-by-step instruction of what you can do, and it's real easy, of how you can apply and win the scholarship to apply to the price so that you can get our one-on-one coaching here at Forston Consultants. Let's get back to the content.
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.